Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. North American stock futures pointing to more gains this morning, extending a nice day we had on Monday to start off the week. We're back in positive territory as optimism continues to grow around the possibility that global economies may start to get back to normal and reopen slowly over the next coming weeks and months. There's also some positive news out of the UK this morning, as Oxford University is said to be far ahead in the global race to come up with and develop COVID-19 vaccine. Markets also set to digest the latest batch of corporate earnings. We have a bunch of Dow components reporting, for the most part, better than expected. We have 3M, Pfizer, Merck. We'll get to all those coming up. Energy stocks remain the biggest drag on the overall market. Had a big tumble in crude prices yesterday, more than 20%. We're down again this morning. Last I checked, about 10% for crude oil markets. So energy stocks following those to the downside. Worth noting, some of the tanker names that we've been looking at over the past couple of days back to the upside this morning. We have bank stocks mostly higher this morning, along with bond yields moving to the upside. Elsewhere on the data front this morning, we'll get April U.S. consumer confidence numbers coming up at 10 a.m. It is Tuesday. It is April 24th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. And there we go. Look at North American markets heading towards the open here. Yeah, still about 10% to the downside again this morning for crude oil. You can see at the bottom there. Otherwise, very nice start to the morning once again. More than a full percent for all the U.S. markets there. You can see the TSX futures here pointing to about a full percent move to the upside for us in Toronto. In Brazil, nice move, 2.7%. Brazil's open already, trading higher with Bitcoin and gold also both to the upside. I think I said it was the 24th. It's actually the 28th today, if anyone was wondering there. Not going back in time here, guys. We're moving forward. Nice positive day again this morning. Crude oil really the only drag, I guess, again this morning on the market.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you got to consider about crude oil is, like, you got to be looking at the forward contract, I think, a little bit at this point. I think maybe too much focus being concentrated on the current. And realistically, you're just seeing that short-term sort of oversupply, low demand issue playing out there. So you look at that forward contract, obviously trading a heck of a lot higher there. And I think we're going to have to start tracking that even a couple of months out. It's probably going to be the new game. Yesterday, I'm going to drop the numbers down from a day trade, the world individual markets up here. We did see the CME coming through. 15,000 was the top market. We're going to be having, I believe, Arun coming in today to talk about his key levels in the future. So have a quick look at that. Amex coming in number 2, 12,000. London, once again, I mean, it seems like there's good numbers coming out of London just about every single day. 12,000 there, Amsterdam 9,000, New York 8, and then NASDAQ 7. So still solid numbers across the board, and I expect a good day today.
Yeah, I mean, good day today. Needless to say, I see a lot of talk about Smile Direct. So, yeah, we smiled today, especially if you own the stock. I was lucky enough to pick some up here, $5. Earlier on. I mean, look at this breakout, guys. This is about as easy as it goes if you are trading with us a little bit longer term here. I mean, this is a breakout right here at $5. You make all this garbage down here, boom, up to $7.20. So a nice little return there if you're long. And I think today should be a good one. 2.3 million. They got some news behind it. I like 7:30 breakthrough, guys. So watch out for that.
Yeah, nice patent issued for SDC when it comes to the retail side of things. We'll mention that coming up in a second. Back to the oil markets quickly. We have a really interesting guest coming up. I'm excited about. Jay Hatfield joining us at about 11:45 this morning from InfraCap Funds. He's the CEO and portfolio managers there. They manage a bunch of ETFs. We're going to talk about the oil markets and the big sell-off we had, obviously, in oil markets, and now a bit of a recovery and back to the downside for crude oil. So that's coming up at 11:45. Let's get over and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone. I wish you a great trading day, guys, and we are going to make it even better. Please ask us questions, leave comments, and share your trades on the chat. And also you can support us by liking this video and subscribing for our channel. I'll see you on the chat. Back to traders.
All right, yeah, let's jump into things here. We're going to bring in Arun and talk about the futures, see how things are shaping up to get started on this Tuesday. Nice positive start, as we mentioned. There he is. Arun, I mean, back to the upside 2 days in a row here. What are we looking at as far as the ES is concerned?
Yeah, you know what? It's obviously been strong overnight. There is a little concern for me over these 2900s. I'm seeing a lot of volume coming in just past the 2900. So as we're putting in these highs right now, we're at 2911, 25. There's a ton of volume. I don't know what that means just yet, so I am kind of staying out of the way. It could mean there's a lot of resistance up here, or they could be grinding through and acting or using that as support at some point as we break out. So in terms of levels, I've got 2890. That's just a short-term mini level for me. I just want to see what we got with this resistance or volume. I might use it if we keep going. If we don't, I won't use it. But the major levels for me are 2865 on the downside. I've got 2795 as well on the downside, and 2740. So not a whole lot that are nearby. But yeah, 2890 for now is a short-term level of interest. It's not a level. Let me rephrase that. It's a point of interest. It's not a level, because I really want to see what's going on with this volume above the 2900s before I try and do something with that.
When last we spoke, Arun, we were talking a little bit about this earnings season and kind of mentioning how there really hasn't been, huge moves when it comes to the results that have come out this season. However, today a little bit different. I think we have a few Dow components, a little bit bigger names reporting. For the most part, to the upside. How much of this move in the market can we contribute to that?
To earnings? I think earnings are coming in a little bit better than people were expecting it to be, and it doesn't seem like there's too many revisions just yet that are going to affect the market, or they're taking it in stride. They're taking it in stride. But what is going to be interesting is that in the next 3 days, it's going to be very, very big companies coming out. Some of the biggest companies, right? You got Google today, or Alphabet today, and then you got Facebook and Microsoft tomorrow, and I believe you have Apple on Thursday. So some heavyweights coming out, and this market can change on a dime. If these numbers do not come out and those companies decide to revise, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be added volatility. I'm looking forward to what these reports come out to be, especially starting with Alphabet today.
Very interesting week ahead, obviously. Be amiss if we don't ask you about crude oil. Obviously, again, today we're down significantly after a big drop yesterday, an additional 10% on top of that today. I did note that some of the bigger oil names, the energy companies, not really following crude today as much as the past couple of days. Have you looked at crude oil today, Arun?
I have not, actually. I'm just pulling up the chart as you're talking about it. Crude's up, what? It was 1050. It was low as 1050 around 8 o'clock, 740, 745, 50, 750, and now it's at 1230. I mean, that's just volatility. If you want to be a short-term scalp trader, that's the kind of move that you're looking for. I mean, that's almost, what, $2 just in the last hour, or just over an hour? That's insane. So in terms of scalp opportunities, there's a ton of opportunities in crude. It's not my game. I don't know the risk profile for that, so I try to stay out of it. I haven't actually built anything for it yet, so it might be something that I'm going to be looking to do.
Obviously, all kinds of opportunity, volatility in the energy markets continue. We'll see if we get any kind of stabilization today. Throughout the day, Arun, great stuff as always. We will speak to you again next week.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brendan.
There we go, guys. A little bit of a look at the futures this morning. What kind of levels we can look at as far as significant for the ES. We're going to see a little bit of a reaction here off of the open, a little more reaction possibly than we've seen over the past couple of days. Let's jump into some of these earnings. Lots to get to this morning. Pfizer, the first one we're going to talk about here. They were solidly higher in the pre-market after reporting Q1 results that topped estimates. EPS was 80 cents per share, beating by about 7 cents per share. Revenue was also higher than expected. The company also updated its work with BioNTech. We mentioned a couple weeks ago they teamed up with a German company, BioNTech, on some COVID-19 exploration work as far as a vaccine is concerned. They're hoping to have trials set to start, guys, by the end of the month. So nice look here for Pfizer so far today.
I mean, Pfizer's kind of already approaching that $40 mark, so it's a big time run it's already made, and we've been talking about Pfizer, sort of that safe and relatively strong play, sort of defensive type of name, and it's getting very, very close to not 52-week highs, because that's all the way up at 44, but you go back to those January highs. We only have, I'm looking at this, and it's like $1.50 until we get to those prices, so we're very, very close here. There's not a heck of a lot more juice in this name from here, especially with the last 3 days just sort of ripping through that 37 mark. I don't know that it's going to be a heavily traded name for me today when you get that big of a gap up, but it's a nicely trending stock. I'll probably take a shot if it gets to that February high, maybe short in front of it. Otherwise, I'm just maybe looking for a dip down and give me a chance to buy like a 38.60 area on any kind of a pullback. Something along those lines is more exciting to me. Inside of the range on Pfizer is a hard place to day trade.
Yeah, I gave it a big thumbs down. Yeah, I mean, this is, Neil said it was a decent gap up. It is. I mean, 2% on Pfizer is not bad, but I mean, this is just a sleepy stock for me. I'm going to hit the sleepy emoji here, because if you look at the daily chart, like Neil was just mentioning there, there's nothing happening. I mean, I'm just not excited about Pfizer. You need to get up here to 41.50 to do anything, and it's probably not going to happen today. So for me, Pfizer will be a big pass, Brendan.
All right, guys, let's move on to Merck, the nenext one, trading solidly lower in the pre-market despite reporting better than expected quarterly earnings. They beat by 10, or they reported 10.4% rise year over year in first quarter profit. They also lowered their 2020 forecast because of COVID-19. The stronger sales, they pointed to a cancer treatment that was doing well for them. So yeah, Merck to the downside here, guys, about 2.5% as well.
Yeah, I mean, oddly, it's sort of a different story from Pfizer. They're just right below that 200 moving average at 84 here, bouncing a couple of times off of it. I had Merck here looking at supported at 80.25, and then I had a level here at 83.25 is going to be resistance for me. I'm going to play the levels on Merck. I'm already looking at, not a gigantic spread, but a decent one at 100,000 shares traded. Worth noting, just seeing a bit of an iceberg there at 82 in terms of an order. So if you're looking at any kind of upside, maybe you want to let it travel through there. Some people were asking about Boeing. That level from yesterday, that 131.50 that was looking for a breakout potential and ended up flushing in the other direction. It broke this morning. I took it here and actually got slipped all the way to 75 due to the spread. I'm going to give it to 131 as a pre-market trade, but that was a big level yesterday. It flushed when it couldn't break it. It's broken at this pre-market with the market up, so we're taking our shot.
I gave some people an idea of the imbalance open orders. You guys are asking about those, so here we go. So we have NAT here. We talked about that yesterday. That's going to break through $8. It looks like that's going to happen right now. So NAT is big on there. Ford is big today. LYG, and then a couple oil plays. Here's Macy's. Okay, we'll have a look at Macy's as well. Carnival Cruise Line should be exciting to trade. Some of these cannabis names are in play again today with Aurora, nice little 500,000, some banks up here. So look, with the market up 1.4%, the Dow's going to open up around 300 points. There should be lots to trade today. I do like this NAT, guys, breaking. I mean, we crushed it yesterday. You saw what happened during yesterday's trade. This is a pre-market trade that I had yesterday when it actually filled out, but that was this long right here, 677, and then we closed 750. So I think that there's definitely an opportunity here on NAT long through $8. We'll wait for that. Still up that 9.7%.
Yeah, that Nordic American tanker is definitely leading those tankers to the upside. Yesterday was by far the strongest in the group. Obviously, storage capacity remains the big story in crude oil markets, so we'll watch that one. Smile Direct, Sean, you mentioned it off the top there a little bit, sharply higher this morning after announcing a U.S. patent for its Smile Shop retail concept. They also said they plan to reopen some operations starting as soon as the beginning of May. Sean, what are you looking at on SDC?
Yeah, we put on the smile here right away because, look, this is going to be a good stock. I think today up 30%. Obviously, there'll probably be some profit taking. I mean, I just showed you guys the chart here, and myself, I'm long. I'm not getting out of the stock myself in my own account, but we're going to wait to see here the one-day range. Oh, that's a nice chart, not working. We'll close that right now. Close that. Okay. Here we go. Smile Direct. For now, the daily chart here, you break up, you break above this 567. I was waiting for that break yesterday. Didn't happen during the show. low, so we miss it. But then, yeah, 730, 733. I like that to the upside here. I'd show you a daily chart. It's just not working out here. If you go back to, let's just say a 10-minute chart or so, we're way up now. I mean, we're way past any of these key levels down here. If you do go long, I mean, you do have this top. I'm glad this showed up here. 607 a couple days ago. That was the top. So if you want to take a trade and hold on to it, I'd say you got to give it at least till 620 down here before you're wrong. But if we can get this in the low sevens, I'll take that.
Yeah, just worth noting, you're looking at that daily chart here. If you just want to go back, there was a spike up shy of that $7 area to 687. So that's what the significance of the $7 break is going to be. So you get that nice little rounded bottom after a flush, and then a double low at there at $4. So a nice, strong-looking chart. For me, the one wrinkle I'm going to add is I was saying earlier when someone was asking if it was a fade retracement play, not when it was holding above $7. If it's going to trade below that, I'd like to see it break that 687 area, and then maybe you can utilize $7. When something's a high flyer like this, and decent short interest, you do want to make sure you're not caught in a bit of a squeeze. So I want to see some selling come in and then ride that train if I'm going to do that.
All right, guys, another big Dow component, the next one here, 3M, also benefiting from the COVID-19 outbreak. Obviously, they make personal safety equipment for the medical industry. So 3M sharply higher this morning. They doubled global respirator output to 100 million per month, and are now working on doing that a second time as well. EPS came in at $2.16 on revenue of $8.08 billion for 3M. Both of those figures well above expectations. Nice look here, guys. Almost 5% for 3M.
Strong move to the upside. I was looking simply a resistance level up here at 162 to 164, a bit of a couple of dollar range. You could almost push that to 165. So it's rubbing right on that. I think there's a decent chance that if we fail here, you might actually see a decent turnaround and some profit taking. It is a strong market. Room was sort of talking about the levels that he had. Nothing too close, especially on the downside. But if you get a rollover in 3M, next level down for me would be about a 160. It wouldn't be crazy to me that it pulled in that 50% or so. You're talking about a 153 to 160 move, so it would be a reasonable play if you catch that move to the downside. I think it's going to have some trouble to get through that 162 to 165 range, so there's probably some scalps to the long side at best. And 3M's only done 100,000 shares, and so I would need to see those levels breaking, otherwise it's not a trade.
We talked about CCL here, guys. 1.02 million shares on the buy, and some people asking about if this is back in play. I'm going to say hell yeah to that. CCL right now, 1 million shares. It breaks 14.15 here and then stops and comes right back down. So now we're making some movements here, up 2 million shares on the day. Remember, guys, subscribe to our channel ASAP. We got to get to that 10,000. Maybe we do it today, maybe we do it tomorrow. You're breaking VWAP right now on CCL. This is Carnival Cruise Lines. This has been a great stock of ours. 1366. On the bottom. Look for that to break right now. You might want to put your orders in to see if that breaks. Or I actually like a little bit more to the top side here because you're up 7%. I try to tell myself if the market's up and the stock is up, then we should be going long. So 14, 15 or so on CCL is definitely one of the big plays that I'll be trying to put on here, guys.
Yeah, I saw Norwegian on that imbalance locator there as well. I was noting some of the cruise lines higher this morning. No news related to the group, but definitely relatively strong heading towards the open. Pepsi also reporting earnings that were, for the most part, better than expected. The stock was gapping up, kind of fading that gap a little bit here, guys. So Pepsi, another one we can have a look at. I want to move on to IBIO. We're getting on in time here. IBIO, the first of the small caps this morning, trading higher after they said, if approved, their COVID-19 vaccine production capacity could total as much as 500 million doses per month from their Texas manufacturing facility. So, 52% already, guys, for IBIO. When this one wants to go, we can see triple-digit percent gains easily.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that in the past. It's done 9 million shares of volume so far in this pre-market, and then you had the move in the aftermarket on good volume as well. Watch out, it's a 143 top, sort of just a random number up there, but you have seen parabolic moves go all the way past that $3 mark. Look, if it rolls over, there's so much liquidity that you can sort of safely, is the word I'll use, I guess. You can safely play some shorts there because there's massive levels to work with in terms of at least share size. So I'll take a shot here. It's rolling over shy that high. It's done good volume. I think it's going to be really good for active trading today, in and out, some types of scalps there, where you don't necessarily have to take massive returns. If you get 5-10 cents on this name, it should be pretty good on the short side. If it breaks 143, you might get a bigger move, as you mentioned, Brennan. This stock is not shy making 100%, 200% gains.
Yeah, and so I'm going to do the same play as always, guys. If you're going to use bigger shares, watch out for this one, 142 right here to break. That's going to have to be your out, like Neil said. I play them just for one break and go. So similar to a lot of other styles out there, I'm not going to be scalping this back and forth. If you take 1,000 shares and it goes instantly for you 10 or 20 pennies, then you just put that money in your pocket and go. So that's what I'm going to be doing. IBIO, I like it through 142. Why not?
Same guys, Harley-Davidson reported better than expected results, beat by 4 cents per share. The company did say profit was down 45% year over year for the first quarter, though, because of the lockdowns, obviously. Not a lot of people requiring a motorcycle during the lockdown. Let's shift over to Boeing here, higher for the second straight morning after announcing 787 Dreamliner production will resume at their South Carolina factory starting on May 4th. Sean, you mentioned Boeing there earlier. We are definitely looking pretty strong here, I guess, in the pre-market.
Yeah, I think Neil has it through 131.50.
Yeah, that was that level from yesterday. So if you want to, I'll let you look at the trading session yesterday. We came in, noticed this key level at 131.50. You had a huge flush off it. We wanted to break out if it was going to be strong. It was not. It tested it after an $8 move down. It tests the same level and rejects it again. Now we're breaking out through that price in the pre-market. We've held it. I'm giving it to 131 as the pre-market trade here. If that doesn't work, I think we won't hesitate to try it again. If it decides to break upside, it's too big of a level not to take a shot. And like Sean said, you have a stock which is up, it breaks a key level upside, the market is up. This is a signal for me to take a shot here in Boeing. There's just so much room for this to finally run. And if you look at the daily chart, it's trying to put in this low here in front of this like 120 second time. So another higher low would be a good sign for Boeing here. Of course, there's lots of intraday risk. That's why you have to have your levels. We got ours here.
I see here some questions about if I'm in anything, Robert. No, IBIO is right here, right now, up to 142. This is that level that we're talking about. Looks like we're going to break it right here. We'll go long 144 or so if that does break, and that's the trade that we like. So, I don't like to be in it too early, Robert, but looks like we'll be into this one very, very soon. One more penny up, and we'll be executed long into IBIO, guys.
I just noticed crude oil here trying to go positive on the morning. We did get up to basically where it ended the day yesterday, around that 13 area, pulling back a little bit now, but might be worth having a look at some oil stocks possibly, as crude has reversed this early decline back to basically break even, just about 1% to the downside. I don't know if we want to pull up maybe Oxy or Apache or one of those, have a look at an oil name here, guys.
Yeah, I was looking a little bit at Oxy earlier this morning. If my chart will load here for you guys. It's a move up, and it's sort of breaking through, similar to what Boeing was doing, a 1430 level that was a bit of a top, and we ran strongly into it yesterday, and we're holding above. So I think that's a solid sign for us. It could be another breakout potential day, which you did see after initial flush on Oxy. And because of what I saw yesterday, that initial flush, I am looking to see if it falls back down. And then about 1380 is going to be the level, sort of very similar to what we saw. If you were patient and waited for the bottom, it was an even better move than catching the breakout. So yes, if it breaks out through 1450, we'll have a look at Oxy, but I almost like it better if it gives us any kind of a dip. 1380 is my price.
Yeah, I haven't looked at really any oil names. I was looking at XOM earlier, but there was not much happening. We'll look at that. This was my number one stock yesterday, so we'll throw the cash around yesterday for XOM, and hopefully we can, there it is again. Hopefully we can do it today, but I'm not really seeing too much. Oh, this is, my chart's still on IBIO. There we go. XOM up 1% today. 44.50, obviously some key levels. We could fade back down. If you look at yesterday, though, you get some garbage here after the market closes, and that goes down to 43.80. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really love these charts here. This is 44.30 as the top. So yeah, you can go long here, 44.50, and then just use 44.20 or so as a bottom. But I'm going to wait for the market to open on this one, Brandon.
Maybe a bit of a precursor there. We were talking earlier about how some of the actual companies weren't following crude to the downside there. So crude reversing that early big, it was down 10%, now trying to go positive on the session. So nice look there for some energy names. Let's go over to Southwest, guys. They reported earnings this morning. In fact, they reported their first quarterly loss since 2011 and said that May revenue, just in the month of May revenue might fall as much as 95%. Southwest reported a $94 million loss for the quarter on revenue of $4.23 billion. However, we are positive. Another one here, moving back to the upside. $30 just screaming at me, I guess, that high from yesterday's pre-market.
It's kind of crazy how many stocks are very similar to that type of move. In this case, at least in LUV's case, you are getting a pullback from that $30 area instead of the other way around. As there's the break on IBIO, guys. So a quick look at that one. I actually got in and out, took some for a couple of cents, and then took some out there for flat as well. So break on IBIO. I just reversed long at 144. But you talked about LUV there. $30 was a good mark. We are turning away from it, but just watch out for in the aftermarket at the end of the day. Pivot at 29. So if we get a bigger flush down, maybe we can find some support at that price range.
Yeah, so we're long into IBIO, and this is the thing, right? Like I'm only making that one trade, so we'll wait to see here if IBIO can go. Gets as high as 47. I don't really see too much in the way. Let's see if we can check out a daily chart. We only have 5 minutes to go here, guys. IBIO, we did get as high as, $1.60 the last couple times it broke out. $1.60, $1.62, $1.63. So we'll see if we get some out there if we're lucky enough. It did stop a couple times up here, 155 and change. So like I said, though, we got some decent shares on right now, so let's hope that IBIO can run. And Robert, you asked about if we're in a trade. Here we go. This is the very first one of the day. Let's see if we can't make it a winner. It's already 3 pennies, but we're looking for more on this one, Brendan.
Yeah, 11 million shares already for IBIO. Should be a good look. Let's have a look at another small cap name here, INO, big mover from yesterday. This thing did insane amount of volume on the day yesterday. Just wanted to point out this move in the aftermarket, in the afternoon yesterday. This was a great short in the afternoon once it started to hold underneath $15. So just using $15 here on INO again this morning. See if we can't get back down to some of these levels that we tested in the afternoon yesterday, guys.
Yeah, I feel like I'm late to this party in INO, to be honest with you. I was looking for it to reject 15. It only got to 1480. I'll try the short here. Now that it's made 1450 and 1440 levels, Brendan. So, sometimes you're a little bit later, but INO, and if you've been trading this one the last few sessions, or, in the last little bit, it's been a fantastic short retracement play, and breakouts have been good on INO as well. So I'll take it here. I like to use 1460 at first, and then we can use that 1480, $15 area a little bit later on. But initial short, we did miss the first party. Let's jump into the second one. We still have 3 minutes to go here, guys, and I still have that Boeing trade on. I just saw it dip into that 133 range, so we're in the money over $1, and then it pulled back. I'm still giving it to 131. That's just going to be where my stop is. I mentioned that to you with the pre-market trade here, that I didn't want to give it too much further than that. So Boeing to the long side. I already got some INO and then this IBIO, so forget about taking less trades. Pre-market, we got 3 on here. Should be an active one.
Yeah, exactly. And Boeing there, I like Boeing. That's been a good trade for a very long time. CCL right now, guys, 14.15. That's going to be my banger here, hopefully. Who's on the bell today? Is it going to be Valeria? Yeah, there she is. Okay, good. She's going to be on the bell. So join us, guys. We'll be ringing the bell in about 2.5 minutes. Okay, 13.90. I'm just checking out CCL. If there's any other names that are moving around right now, guys, let us know. Delta, DAL, we can definitely have a look at that name as well. Most of these travel names are upside and going to break through $23 right now on Delta. Actually, this doesn't look horrible as well. If you keep seeing us look around, I have various screens up all of the time. So we have different angles to look at, daily charts, weekly charts, 12 minutes, 13 minutes, whatever the hell you want. But I'm generally a 1, a 3, a 12, and a daily, guys.
Yeah, don't get too far away from NAT, guys, because that $8 level is basically right here. And I know we're talking about a lot of names that could come into play literally right off at the open, but that's just the way it is. NAT. You're seeing these highs being tested on a lot of stocks right now, with the exception of INO, which is moving back to the downside again. So it's down at 14.30. That one's already starting to work, even though we're late to that party. But $8 is going to come into play right away. And Sean, you were mentioning, of course, that was a buy imbalance.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be, I'm already getting ready to hit this thing with some decent shares as well. So right here, NAT, if it breaks above 805 here, that's going to be a go spot for me, 805-ish. I guess you could even do 801, 802. But yeah, let's check in quickly on the buy imbalances here. Whatever the hell this is, IPOB, IPUBUN, so maybe it's a REIT or income trust something. NAT is right here. We talked about that. Ford is a big one. Oh, Macy's was one that we did not check. It looks like we'll get into NAT very soon. Macy's up to $6. Brendan, we didn't talk about that one. Maybe we can find out. Retail getting crushed all the time.
8%.
So Macy's back up to 6 in change. So that's a decent level. I love Macy's through $6 actually. So let's hope that we don't get crushed on an open imbalance here because Macy's is there. So we're going to wait to see if Macy's can give us above $6. I like it. I'll put an order in for small and then take it big once this market
Sean, less than a minute to go. Remember Beyond Meat was a massive mover yesterday. It's up 2% today. We had some big levels that we were able to watch and play off of. I'm looking right now on Beyond Meat, 103.50, 102.30 are the two levels. So that's a target range for a short opportunity that I'll be looking for in Beyond Meat. You saw the ridiculous flush that we had put in yesterday. It was just a massive, massive move. So we're looking for it to fail at those low prices and see if we can't take advantage of that right off the bat here. But we're about to drop this countdown. Valeria is on the bell. We got 10 seconds left. Market is about to be open and we're already in position. Let's go Boeing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, big spread on Boeing already, guys.
All right, so NAT right now, we're into that one. You guys saw us get into these trades. 806 long NAT here. We're going to wait to see. It's opened up now. So here we go. Long NAT, 806. So that's a runner right now for us. We'll see if that can go. We also have this IBIO. We talked about that one. I'm going to give this one all the way down to 120 here. Come on, Charlie, my charts aren't loading today. All the way down here to 120 on IBIO. NAT is another one. Macy's, we just got in as well, guys.
We can already floss it off. 135 was the level that we tried to get out of in front of Boeing there, and it's already ticked it. We grab a nice little win here off the bat. You know what? Me and profit taking. Quick $2.50 winner off of a very, very key level, but IBIO is sliding back to the downside. So I got one long, one short in small cap space. IBIO is no good. INO, however, is working out. Brendan, man, wow, what a short this is. Look at this 14 level. Just an absolute wall there. We're short 14.39, but a big flush after already moving downside this morning.
Yeah, good moves there on Boeing for sure. NAT, so we did take our Macy's long here. We took it at 6, then we took more here again at 606. So we're going to wait to see if Macy's can get excited here to the top side. NAT is just moving around, not doing anything. Still waiting for that $8 move. And IBIO, we took this one in the pre-market. This is what we were talking about here. Now it's faded back down. So we'll wait for IBIO. This one could be a loser off the open, but this is not, as Macy's now, guys. 6, 611, 612. Here we go. Nice little winner off Macy's to start the day. IBIO, M, NAT, and Macy's. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, and just having a quick look over at that INO stock. We did cover that one at that massive wall at 14. Looked for a re-entry when it took out that level. Was unable to get it. So now we're in pullback territory. We're going to take our first shot in front of 14. Maybe load some more shares up again. IBIO is on the move to the upside. So if you get a failed breakdown, people that slide into that short could be in a little bit of trouble as they could get squeezed out. That's what's happening here. 144 long. We'll see if we can take some out as it gets to this 150 mark. And then, of course, that 10% return coincides with that 162. Here, so nice trade here. IBIO working out very nicely for us.
Yeah, you want to talk about working out nicely. Talk about 3 for 3 here. Big time winners, guys. NAT, look at this trade. Long 805. Kaboom! You guys want the winners. There it is. This is a huge trade. 803 long. Out right now, 840. Okay, we'll take that one. Macy's, guys. Long 6, 605, out some here at 612. Let's see if Macy's can hold it, but this is the dream maker right here. NAT, I hope you guys like that one. There's a swish to the top side. You take the shares like we talked about it. 806 was that long. That's where we're long right now. Actually, we're long even better than that. No, we're long 806. We're long Macy's 604 and NAT 806, guys. A nice little 40-cent winner on an $8 name. There's that one you guys all wanted.
Not too bad, not too shabby. I actually took shares off on IBIO, saw a little bit of a wall at that 150 mark, and then what we do is load back in here. So we're able to grab some out on a quick little scalp, 49 to 50, but once it turned around, I look at that reload potential. This is where it turned around at 135, so now we're going to pick it up at 140, back into that long trip. We worked back into INO as well, so that was already a 40-cent win, and now we're going to load back up for those shorts. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
Yeah, we were talking about Macy's there a little bit, guys. Looks like some of the retail group moving higher after a number of analysts came out saying that earnings aren't going to be as bad as expected. So we mentioned Macy's. Here's Kohl's as well. KSS up more than 6%, although it looks like it's fading off that 20 level, guys.
Okay, let's check out. Thanks for that news there. Yeah, Macy's is also fading back down. We did take a little bit off of that one, but we're going to wait till. Actually, I'll just go over it with you guys. Here's Smile Direct fading back down. This is that level that we talked about, 620 or so. We may look to go long here. Just to give you guys Macy's here. Yeah, we're long. So we're long right now, 604. It's down to 595 or so. I got to only give it to about here, guys. 590. If it breaks 590, we'll be out of Macy's. It looks like this one. We should have took them all out off the open, off that big buy imbalance, but we did not. But the one thing here is, guys, NAT is definitely a flossing. We still got about a third of this trade as we keep going higher on NAT. 850 now, guys. Big time winner here. Really glad. I hope you guys have this. Let me know in the chat if you do, guys.
Market sliding back a little bit here. That's worth noting. Boeing pulling back into the 135 mark. But Smile Direct, well, that was a missed opportunity. I mentioned it got to break below 7 for me to want to short it. We did miss that flush through 690, but that's okay because we're looking at INO, which was fantastic for us. But you got to watch this action in Boeing. It's a huge move to the upside off of that break. Now it's pulling right back into that initial resistance at 135, and I think it's going to give us an opportunity on this little fade to catch a secondary play up on Boeing and see if we can get back to that 136 mark. So I'm going to take a quick little shot and put it at the bottom at 134.25. I can use that as an out, so tight stop trade just to see if we can catch a quick bounce. Market sliding right away, but Boeing was such a strong name off of that break that we're going to give it another shot here. INO was another flush to the downside, so it's continuing its move. I got out at 14, got back in on at 13.98 when it slid back upside. It's already in the money once again. Another move in here in INO. I talked about getting out and reloading. We loaded back in. Now we're already seeing some profitability again. You're seeing initial short here at 14.40, out in front of 14, more short here at 13.98 average price, and we just took some out at 13.79, and now we're going to hold on to see if we can take out the top end of yesterday's range. Brennan, what do you got, buddy?
We mentioned Hog there, guys. Harley-Davidson, nice earnings report, even though the forecast wasn't great. 21 here got broken at the open. Huge volume to the upside here, guys. 15% now for Harley-Davidson.
Guys, here goes IBIO. Yeah, nice little move on Harley-Davidson. We'll pop some wheelies off for our trade so far. We are 3 for 3. Actually, that's a bullseye. Here we go. Let's pop some wheelies up here. IBIO is a 144 long. Like Neil said, it's been resisting this 150 area. We still have half of this trade as we go. So right now, guys, let's put on our trades just to show you guys. I might need to get out of some of these fast. So let's see if we can't make this fast. Okay, IBIO. Here we go. Let's go to this screen, guys. IBIO long right now, $1.44. You guys see how much that's going. NAT is 50 cents in the money. So we go long on that one. That's a great trade. And Macy's, we hold it. It comes all the way back. So 3 for 3 right now, guys. This is why you follow. What's up? Let's go.
Yeah, we've got everything to the winning side. I've only traded 3 names here. Boeing, of course, got that big win off of the open. IBIO continues to be a decent runner, but like Sean said, 150 is a problem. INO, however, is seeing no trouble getting to the downside. Very similar to what we saw in Smile Direct there, the short that we did not have, guys. So Smile Direct is trying to base out here. It's worth noting there was a bit of a level at 640. So if it can hold this range and trade back above, I think at that point it could become a little bit of a long trade. Until then, you can pretty much forget about it. Another name that we really wanted to be involved in, of course, is going to be Beyond Meat. Yep. It spikes upside. I was looking for places to actually short this today, so those trades aren't there for me. Not with that breakout through 103. That's screaming to the upside, even with the market, you know what, slightly sliding down. That's not much of a move to the downside. It started out going down, not too much yet. I see some strength in this market.
Guys, we are going crazy here. We got Beyond Meat long. We got Macy's long. Look at NAT. This is an 80-cent winner, guys. I'm glad you guys have this because right now, our day so far is pretty perfect. We hit the cowbells. Look at NAT continuing to go up. We got to get out of some of this one now. This is just a monster winner. We have Beyond Meat at 103.70. We just took some off at 104. Let's see if it breaks through 104 and get out on the top side of this trade as well. Brendan.
Yeah, great move on that, NAD. Wow, still going. Look at F5 Networks here, guys. FFIV, we didn't get to this one in the pre-market, but another one with a solid report. You can see big move up aftermarket yesterday, held below 142. Coming back into 148 right now. Watch this lower end of the pre-market, 147 for FFIV, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at 3M. I didn't think I'd be trading this one today, but it's moved right into that 162 to 164 range with the futures trying to roll to the downside. If this takes out 160, about 160, 160 would be that pre-market high. If it takes that out to the downside, I'll probably fade 3M using that 162 range as a bit of an out there. So I'm going to have a stop order sort of locked and loaded and ready to go on 3M. Should be an interesting trade. If Boeing gets anywhere near that 130, 150 mark, it's still a couple of dollars away from it to the downside. If we get there, we're going to go long once again. That was just too good of a level not to play. Tesla, you guys are talking about 790. 787 has always been a huge level multiple times on Tesla, so you really got to alert to that. It bounced off it one time already this morning. It bounced off it yesterday. Let's see if it has the juice to bounce off it today. If it breaks, this could be an interesting short. But look, it tested just now and a $2 pop, so it's still a good level there on Tesla. Look, you're going to have to make sure it breaks down below if you're even attempting to short that name.
Okay, 104. We just got some more Beyond Meat here as it's not breaking 104. Yeah, we did get out of our IBIO, and Macy's now making some moves to the top side as well. You guys, you know we're long 606. What's up, Brandon?
And another retailer, Bed Bath & Beyond, guys, 20% for BBBY. Went from $7 up to $7.75 this morning, guys.
Bye-bye, Beyond
Just
Meat.
an absolute another crazy mover there right there. Smile Direct, guys, continuing to hold that little bottom. I don't think it could be a flush through 620. I'm going to play a break in either direction. It's either 650 upside, 620 downside bracket on Smile Direct.
Guys, here goes Beyond Meat, breaking through 104 there. Good little move. We're waiting now in the 40s here to see if we can't get out. We are long 103.70. We've already taken a couple outs right here. That's not really the push we wanted through 104. Let's see if we can't keep going here. Beyond Meat, I have an order at 104.36 here. See if we can't get out of some of that one. But for right now, guys, Macy's still holding up strong. Love this name. I don't know. I didn't love it enough because I should have gone back in here. We talked about where our out would be down here at 590. But now we fade up all the way back to 616 for once again, guys, yet another big winner there. So alley-oop to the market here. Actually, the market's going down. No alley-oop, rejection on that alley-oop because if the market was going up, how many winners would we actually have here, guys? Look at NAT. We got out here. We're 4 for 4 beyond IBIO, Macy's, and NAT. 4 for 4, guys, so that's a floss.
Yeah, you know, same over here. It's exactly the same thing. But watch Carnival Cruise here has not broken through the top yet. Failed right at the open. 14, 15, 14, 20. Either one of those could be still a breakout long. So you have names that are going upside, and you have some laggers. And I hate to call an 8% stock up a lagger, but it hasn't broken through. I'm going to look for that break on Carnival. I'll probably fade it one time in front to see if we can take advantage of an opportunity to short this one. In case, look, I saw what happened yesterday when Boeing couldn't fade through in a key price. If Carnival does the same thing, could be a good flush. So reversal to the long side if we get it. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, market week, guys. UPS, another earnings name here, down 4.5% after a quarterly miss. They also pulled their full year guidance going forward. So this is 100 over here from yesterday. Watch 100 if we get up there for UPS, guys.
Yeah, NAT boom, everything boom, Macy's boom. Beyond Meat, guys, not a big of a runner as we want, so we're going to hold the last 20% and see. I thought that we would have this trade here, which we did 103, out here, out. So each one of these outs is 20%, and so, you know, now this trade can't be a loser. We're going to give it probably all the way back, maybe even until this little bottom wick here. I don't want to turn, again, a winner into a loser, so we'll dump this at 103.50 if it does break back to the downside. But either way, guys, big confetti time here as we continue to go. IBIO is the only one that really, we got in and didn't have a monster winner. We're still throwing this cash around, but IBIO right now kind of not doing much. And you do have a big seller here, so I may just dump this one. Not as exciting as I thought it would be.
Yeah, and Oxy's been range bound as well, so was looking for the potential of a breakout, but it's held 14.50 as a bit of a bottom a couple of times on the open. I think we'll give it a shot right here. I mean, I see a range bound trade, and look, you can take advantage of tiny little ranges with direct market access. You don't have to hold trades too long, so I'm just going to go ahead and play this. You got this 14.50. We wanted to take a breakout long and be a little bit bullish on the name if we could, so we'll give it 5 or 6 cents plus some slippage to see if we can't retest that 14.75 high. So simple structure there. If it rolls over, you are looking at an opportunity for a break down to the short side and then maybe a bigger move. So let's put that one on in Oxy. It's a reversal type play if we want to have it. We also have that Carnival short. That's slightly in the money here. We're short here at 14.07. It's only a couple of cents down. Got to break 14. Maybe we'll add to it there. Also, that Smile Direct broke the low on Smile Direct. So we did that bracket order, and it does take out the bottom. So Smile Direct still continuing to downside. That 650 for me is going to remain that outside trade. So I'll work into more shares if we get some in the 30 range. Otherwise, well, let's see how far this can actually go.
Guys, in Macy's, cowbell. I mean, let me know if you guys have any of these trades today. Again, yesterday, so I went back, you know, we've been so successful here trading for you guys every single day. And someone said on the beginning of the show, I have to find who it was. I don't know if it was Graham or someone said, get me some winners today, Sean. And I said, no. Oh, it was Dominic, I think. And Dominic, there you go, guys. 4 for 4. 4 big winners for you, no matter what account type you're trading here. We get some questions on options. We do not trade options, but the thing is, guys, remember, when you're trading, what screen are you guys on? Oh, Macy's screen. That's okay. When you're trading options, you guys can actually trade very similar breakouts to ours here on the show. You could trade weekly options and whatnot. We don't have them like Macy's right here. If you would have bought, you know, a $6 call or even a $6.25 call right now, how much would you be in the money? It would be monstrous if you did take that trade with me. I mean, I'm going to floss this off, hit the catapult, and when you have this kind of a winner on equity stock, I mean, that's a big one. So it's a big cheer for this. Macy's to the moon right now. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Like it, love it. Tell your friends. What's up, Brandon?
Yeah, retailers really strong today. UAL guys also strong. We talked about love in the pre-market there. Look at UAL just ripping here, 7%. This was 26.50, a high from 2 days ago. Just got taken out on decent volume. So some of the airlines going, guys.
And there goes Occidental. We talked about playing the range. There's that top end, 1475. We grabbed the long in the bottom end of the range at 56, and then we're already played off the top. And we wanted breakout long. That's the only direction in which I will hold it. I would not hold a short in front. So we're going to see if it can take out the high. And if it does, we're positioned basically at the bottom end, and it should be a fantastic and a big-time winner if Oxy can get to that 15 mark. We're still long 1457. It's already been a good win for us. Smile Direct, we're trying this one. Look, this could be our hit because I wanted to short this one. If it tried to take the bottom, use that 650 as a bit of an area. It's already slid off a bit, but it is still up 18%, and it's been a big time runner here. So we'll give it to 650. That's our line in the sand, as we like to call it here. It's already been a good day, but that doesn't mean you recklessly throw things away in terms of profitability. You still got to play by the rules.
Yeah, as it heads south. I'm just doing a little tweet here, guys. And the reason why is because look at this. This is how you got to believe in your trades. And this is what makes, winning trades, and you can build your systems better and you can educate yourself up a little bit here. Because look at this, guys. This is, I'm taking Macy's here against myself. Have this out. You see it's going against. What you have to do is then you average in and then you can average out to go to the top side. Macy's here. Believe in your trades. Stay strong, guys. Hit the air horn. And then my kids are really afraid of this one, but I'm going to show it anyways. And then you get a little wink action out of this one because here we go, Macy's to the top side. What a nice little runner there. Big time. Feels like sometimes you're running in a hamster wheel, but not with Macy's today. As we keep going topside, I still got 25% of this trade. So yeah, needless to say, guys, we're falling down on some money here today once again.
Yeah, and I'm looking at 14.25 and INO, just telling you guys, we roll over here. I will take some more shares. Of course, it was a fantastic trade. Both times we had it both at 40 and then at 14 even. So right smack dab in the middle is where it is, and that means I'm going to jump back in if we can get it. Try to get on the offer. Wow, talk about that. We just chased it 5 or 6 cents and couldn't even pick anything up. So aggressive move downside on INO. We'll see if we can't get some on the way back in, but it's been a good one. Oxy, yeah, it's doing okay. But like I mentioned, if it's going to stay range bound, then I'm probably just going to continue to long it in front of 1450. We'll take our 15 to 20 cents each time. And if it breaks through 75, hey, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We'll be perfectly happy to hang on to that long position. Smile Direct could be our loser over here. Definitely. I'm looking at this one and not too happy that we didn't take the initial short at 7. Now we're looking to take this 650 short. My price down here is at 20, and that's not too good. It should be around 30 or so. So we'll work into our full load here in front of 650. That'll be our one shot in Smile Direct. This should have been a short at $7.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and be patient on this one and see if we can't, like I said, take a decent amount of shares here, breaking VWAP through 660 on this one. NAT still not really moving. I mean, NAT comes all the way back, up, down, and around. So that's our best out there, 885. We'll see if we can't go back there. What's up, Brad?
Some of the cruise lines, guys, we were talking about CCL there in the pre-market a little. Here's Norwegian, 8.5%. Just got rejected, though, up at 1250. Looking a little bit top-heavy to me for NCLH, guys.
Guys, CCL, like, this was the trade that I gave everybody everybody here at I mean, look at this, 415, and for some reason I didn't put the order in and completely missed it, so I'm going to fall in a hole, but I also am going to hope that you guys had that as well. 415, that was a great little long right here. It would have broke against you here, I guess, and down, but 415, depending on when you add it. Again, this is very first wick of the day. I don't advise taking it there, but if you did have it the second situation, that was a good one. Maybe look for 1440 to break. I guess I could check out my Beyond Meat, although that broke already.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow. Alexandros, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. 3M. There was the miss. So look, we talked about this one. Trading only in a few names, select names this morning. Took our first hit just now in Smile Direct. Everything else has been fantastic. CCL, Boeing, IBIO, INO, Occidental, all winners. But probably the call that we should have been all over was 3M, and I came in here with a bias against it, not thinking there would be any kind of action, and then it gives exactly the setup. Goes into that target range in 62 to 64. And then there's your flush. So you know what? I'll flush myself down the toilet. We gave it to you guys. Obviously, you were all over that one, Alexandra. So congratulations to you.
Yeah, back to Brendan. What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, nice look for Whiting here, guys. WLL, we mentioned oil trying to go positive there just before the open. Look at this move for Whiting here, 22% from $1 straight to $1.30, still going to the upside, guys.
I mean, Disney's falling back here. I talked about being happy with my Smile Direct purchase at 5 the other day, but my best, I mean, I also have Square at 35, which is a good one, but Disney at 80 was a great buy. Disney coming all the way down here to 110, all the way up to 110, now all the way back down to 109. This may not be a horrible spot to pick up some Disney right now. 108.88 as the flush. I mean, we're right there right now. I think we'll pick up some Disney shares breaking back through 109 right now. See if we can't retrace all the way back up here if this market especially gets going here. But I'm going to use this kind of as a bottom, 108.75. It's a very, very short-term trade, guys.
Market's holding up, but wow, I just noticed that Tesla is flushing down here. So forget about holding that 787 level. Looks like it's going to be a weekday on Tesla. I keep trying to get into INO to the short side, and it is absolutely ridiculous. When a stock is SSR, short sell restricted, just keep in mind you cannot hit the bid. I was chasing it all the way down, trying to catch any kind of an uptick. We're now in the money again on that 14 short. Tried to pick some up in the teens, unable to do so. I'm looking for a flush back down into this 1375 range before taking anything out here. So just a couple of positions left. It's Occidental long at 1456. That's testing high of the day. Like I said, we took profit on 2/3. We're going to hold on to the rest. INO still trying to work some more short, but that's now in the money 20 cents as well. So just two positions for me, one long, one short.
Yeah, I guess your SDC got out, I guess. I got into SDC there, so we're going to have to go back and forth on that one. But there it is. We just give it to you again. Once again, guys, you can play options on these plays, guys. Look, Disney in, 109, out, 109.35. We're still, that's a 35-cent winner on Disney. Not bad considering, I mean, look at this range, guys. This is the kind of range that it puts in. So 35 cents, we'll take that. We're going to hold the rest until we break down below here. But my next target is this kind of area up here, 109.70. But for now, once again, just another hitter right there for you, all the way up. I told you guys to go long right away. You did it, hopefully. 109, nice little 30-cent winner. SDC, Disney, everything moved. Here goes SDC, guys. This is the winner. Let's go. Let's see if we got this. We're long at 663. Let's see. It just goes to 673. This stock is moving around, boy. Smile Direct, we got you. Let's go.
Massive move here in Pfizer, down to $1.50 right off of the bat. It's been a straight shot to the downside. So this is why you want to stay away from this one. We said we'd only look for it to range to the bottom. 37.40 is a bit of a level here. It's about to test this one. If it makes any kind of a level and bounces and consolidates at this price, I'll try one shot at the long, but otherwise you might want to stay away from that one. Merck, on the other hand, is failed to break $80 even. That's going to be a break downside play for me. I'll actually use 80.17, which is a low right now. It's about to retest it. I think this is another breakdown play. Pfizer getting crushed. Merck following suit as well. Valeria has something for us.
Hey guys, what a great morning. More than 1,200 viewers today with us.
What?
Thank you very much for joining and welcome everyone. We are live every day from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe for our channel. We are relatively new on YouTube, but we are preparing a lot of relevant stuff for you. For example, morning watch list and educational series for beginners. Subscribe to our channel. You don't want to miss that. And of course, support us with thumbs up. We are trying for you, and if you appreciate that, please like our video. I'll see you later. Back to Brandon.
Yeah, busy morning, guys. Just want to point out Micron here, 5% move to the upside. 47.50 just got taken out there. Decent size showed up on the offer, but already gone. So Micron having a nice day. They unveiled the world's first 64 megapixel image sensor today, guys. 64 megapixels, guys.
Nothing wrong with that. Fresh highs on Occidental, up 5% now. We got that 1456 long. You can have a breakout trade through 1480, fair enough. But we saw that one range bound on top of the pre-market high. We grabbed it before it went. We took some out in front of that key level in case it bounced down. Now we're holding on for dear life for that 15 even. One idea that you can do here is you can always just grab your 40-cent profit. If it breaks 15, then you add back in, which is what I like to do. If it pulls back, then I jump back into the shares as well and down at 1470 or so. So a couple of ways you can play it. I'm loving Occidental today. A lot of times you're looking for those short plays. Whiting, Oxy, all rebounding rather nicely in this upward market. So another win here for us. We're looking to pull back to 75 as an entry. We're looking to break 15 as another possible entry there. But sweet little win on Occidental. Just INO now south side to the trade.
Yeah, let's update our position board here if we can, guys. This is all that we have on, and we've crushed everything else. You can see the position board below. No losers yet. Disney right now, that's 8 cents out of the money, but we did have a nice little runner on that one, so we've already taken 35. We're waiting on that. Macy's has been, a home run today. Macy's, big time trade there. And Smile Direct, our first trade in, still about to see what's going to happen there. We're long at 663. We took some profits. We took some out for winners, some losers there. So we're going to wait on Smile Direct, but so far today, guys, the streak continues with a cowbell. Let's go.
Yeah, and I'm looking at one other name for you guys. I want to jump back into the banks just a little bit here. You are seeing the market hold up well. JP Morgan is right at this sort of high of the day at 98. It broke it sort of very, very briefly here, right at 930 before fading back in. So this is a potential breakout as well in the banking sector. You're seeing us hold up above 2,900 on the ES very nicely here. The NQ has slid back a little bit, so you got to watch out for that little bit of a divergence. JP Morgan through 98 will take a shot. 98.04 technically is the high of the day. So that's a breakout potential trade. Otherwise, if you like to fade it, fair enough. I think there's better shorts in the market today.
Yeah, see, here we go, guys. Here goes. This is what we're talking about with Smile Direct. Actually, it's okay. We just took out a little bit there when it break through 50. But yeah, this stock is moving a lot today. This looks like I said on the jinx there on the chat, this may be the one that doesn't go for us. At the best spot was 662 there. We got out 672, so only like a 10-cent win on the decent part of our shares, but now we're down out of the money now, that 10 cents. So we're going to have to wait to see on Smile Direct. I'm going to give it right to the bottom of the day here, 612. It's going to be a decent loser for us. We have plenty of winners to make up for it, but Smile Direct right now, the one that we flush down the toilet, Brendan.
Another name having a great day here, guys. AMC Theaters. We've been talking about AMC in relation to the coronavirus, also obviously struggling because of that. Coming up to $4 here. We're up 17%. They're going to report earnings next week and came out this morning updating their current quarter, saying it's going to be actually better than expected, guys.
So we get that break in JP Morgan. We just talked about that 98 level. It gets taken out. Got slipped to 07 as an entry point. I think you can give this one at least to this 97.70 before thinking about adding on a pullback. But looking to see if we can catch a decent trend here. It's just worth noting that the NASDAQ has slipped down a little bit here where the ES is not gone. So if 2,900 goes, you could see a pullback in a lot of these high rising names. I am watching very closely that Occidental. We did mention that 15 level. I'll show it to you here. We got out at 95. But a bit of a wall here at 15. This is what I was looking for. I'll probably try the breakout at 15. Otherwise, I'm looking for a pullback to 75 for our next long. But INIO continues to be my best stock in this morning. Look, it's just short every single kind of pullback you can. I did miss all the way hilariously at 14.15. We'll go cancel that because it's probably not coming back there. We are still short at 14.02. Low of the day is 13.51. We'll see if we can take some shares out in front of that and then look for any kind of a reload. It's a short trend, and I want to play it until it breaks. 50-cent winner on right now in INO.
Okay, I know. That's one that I didn't look at today. IBIO was the one I looked at. Okay, Beyond Meat, nice wins all over the place here on Beyond Meat, including a nice little quick scalp there before this dramatic fall down. Wow. Talking about a little break here. I mean, again, we can't have our eyes on everything, but this was a monster right here, breaking $100.80 all the way down. I think Beyond Meat now could maybe try to catch a bid. I'm going to try to find out where did we drop yesterday. We fell much further than this. was 97.50 yesterday. So today's goes to 98. So that would have been a good, decent spot to pick it up. We could retake this $100.80. If we do that, then I think we may be in for once again another long. But maybe you wait a little bit until you clear over here 101.40 or so. But $100.80 is not a bad spot. I'm actually going to wait for 101.25 on Beyond Meat and see if we can't catch another move to the upside here. Beyond Meat, generally it needs some news, it needs some upgrades or downgrades, but yesterday was a big flush day for Beyond Meat. As you guys can see, 111 all the way down to 97.
JP Morgan got all the way up to 98.36, so it was a successful break, and I guess if I scalped it, there's a 25-30 cent win in there for us, but futures trying to roll over here, and you're getting this 2,900 about to be tested. I'm going to go with just slightly below break even on a stop. I feel like we just got a failed breakout in JP Morgan, and I think I'll be able to get a better price. And this could be a little bit of the fact that my read on the longs when it comes to the banks, the timing has never been all that great for me in the last couple of weeks. So we get greedy on this trade. Don't take the scalp breakout win, and the breakout trades have been good lately. Instead, we're just going to grab a 10-cent loss and then look to see what happens when it retraces into VWAP here. I think that's a safer play. I'm watching Oxy bounce down off of VWAP. I'm watching the ES break that 2,900. No need to be caught in any kind of a long trade when we've had such a fantastic morning. And INIO, I mean, you're talking about 1340 it's at right now. It just broke that 50 mark. We took another 50-cent winner on that one. Oxy, I'm still looking for a pullback to 1475. That's getting rather close.
Wow, I mean, these futures are definitely pulling back down here. I think this is going to give us an opportunity to buy some Tesla here. 780.80 right here. That's where we've gotten up to before. We're going to take a long if Tesla does break here, guys. Tesla 780.80. Let's get electrified here if it does come through and break this level. It's actually 780.83 or 85 there, but that's okay. By the time it gets there, obviously the spread will be large and it will break that. So 780.80, we're waiting for Tesla. Our Macy's has come back down. I mean, this is why you get out of everything. Right now, if we break through VWAP, we'll probably get out of the rest at 616. I have like maybe less than 10% of our Macy's trades still on. You can see just destruction to the upside on this retailer today, but we are coming down. Thank you, Miss V. There's Valeria. Cheers. Thank you so much she likes my pictures. Good. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. My kid drew some nice pictures for me. She says that I always call her she is my sunflower. So she drew me some sunflowers, and we'll get over that in a minute. I'm going to take a sip of coffee.
Yeah, and sometimes your best trades, I'm going to tweet this one out, are knowing when you are wrong. I mentioned to you ahead of time about the 2,900 rollover, the NASDAQ leading the way to the downside, the relative weakness, and this is why we took out that JPM on the way back in at 98. Look at that flush. We just saved ourselves about 80 cents there, taking a 10-cent hit. When if you get stubborn, that's a 50, 60 cent, maybe even more. Could be $1 as it's heading downside. So look, you got to have some levels. You got to have a plan. We stuck to it, saved ourselves a bunch of our profits from this morning. But it's 10 o'clock. And that means happening now with Brendan.
Hey guys, 10 o'clock, 30 minutes in the books here. We'll have a look at North American markets. Just a heads up, that consumer confidence number set to come out here any second. April U.S. consumer confidence on the way. S&P 500 now 0.76, so still positive. Obviously a nice day, but off the highs as well. The Dow, the same, 0.75 now. The NASDAQ, has gone red. Neil was saying they're leading the way to the downside, so the NASDAQ under pressure. We have small caps, 2.5% to the upside. Here in Toronto, the TSX, all about the banks today. Banks very strong here for the TSX, up 0.8%. The BOVESPA extending gains 3+% into positive territory now if you're trading down in Brazil. Royal Bank here in Toronto, 1.5%. Coming off a little bit from the highs there, got almost to 87 pulling in, but nice gap to the upside above 85 again on decent volume for Royal Bank. TD, another one with solid gap to the upside, also coming in a bit. All the banks here in Canada, if you're following along, set to report earnings the end of next month. So still some time to go before some of these do report. Looks like Canopy, did actually go negative here. I was thinking this one might lead things to the upside, but Canopy to the downside in Toronto, now down 4% on decent volume. So banks are strong. Some of the cannabis names weak, guys, but we are still in positive territory. Back over to you.
market falling down.
Yeah,
wow.
big time fall here. But look, we're still up 0.6% oddly enough on the ES, so it is a nice little rollover. We're flat now on the NASDAQ, so you're seeing that pull down. I mentioned that I was going to give a shot in a pullback to Occidental. That was going to be right here at VWAP. 75 was that level that we're looking at on the way up for a break. So when it slams back down, we take long in front of 76 the second it has any kind of return. So if this is going to be a scalp trade for me, I usually look to see if it can go halfway back towards the high. That high is 15. So that means we're looking for about a 10 cent, maybe even 12 or 13 cent scalp. Nothing too much more than that. Otherwise, I think you're being a little greedy, going counter to the short-term trend here, which is clearly to the downside if you haven't noticed.
Okay, guys, so Tesla right now, we take that long. Let's see if we can't take a little bit of profit on this one. We're long right now, 781 even. It does go all the way to 782 in change. So right now, we're $1 plus in the money, and bang! There it is, a quick little $2 win on Tesla. I told you we would go long 780.80. We get slipped to 781. No big deal there. Take out instant profit on that trade. So Tesla right there, quickly $2. Let's see if we can't get up here, guys. 786 and change. But again, if this market doesn't go, I mean, we're not going to hold Tesla that long, obviously. We'll probably wait for 775 on the downside. But right there, a nice little quick winner here. We're still in the money about 50 cents, but on a $700 stock, we need to make more than that. So we're going to wait on Tesla here, guys. To the upside, 780. We just take a quick little profit there. We'll wait to see if we can't get some more. I kind of like it through 786, but I am right now eyeing these futures right now. And I mean, if we don't get going back upside here, Tesla will be in trouble. So we are going to have to wait on this one. And Tesla today, worse than the market. That's what I'm talking about. If you take a trade against the market, you better hope that the market actually goes your way for once, because you're going to get crushed if it continues to go down. So right here, we may get out of a little bit more of this. The market doesn't seem to want to go, but I like it through 786. Let's see if we can put an order up here, 785.50 maybe on Tesla, and see if we can't capture a clean $5 on this one.
It could be a similar thing for me in here at Pfizer. It's trying to make a bottom, but you're just seeing such a big move down here in the futures that it's probably going to have to slow down before you get any kind of a break. If we can hold 37.70, get any kind of bounce in the market, that's when I'll dip into some Pfizer shares. But I got to get over to NAT, guys. You're seeing a huge move. It's giving everything back since the pre-market. It's back down to that $8 range. Look, if it's going to be able to hold this, I feel like it's been such a high runner. This is probably a better place to take a bit of a long. You can give it to this little wick low, maybe a 790. If you can get your price close to $8, you're not really risking a heck of a lot in terms of growth to take a shot on a rebound play here. That way, if it only goes to VWAP, you're actually still in a decent sized winner, 20 to 30 cents from this price here. But you can't let it make new lows, not when it's already given back over 10% of its move.
Okay, here. Okay, Tesla's going now, guys. 783, 784. We got a $4 winner on right now on Tesla. Let's see if it can't keep going upside, and there it does. It reject quickly. Look at the futures, though, guys. That just bounced off 784. So maybe my price was $1 too high here. We'll wait to see if it breaks through 784. Now we could have another big winner here once again on Tesla. Macy's, Tesla, INO, big names, small names, whatever the heck you want. I'm trading them and trying to rock them for you guys here. Hopefully, it's been a good day for you today, as it has, I know, for us. So let's keep this train going, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Got into that NAT trade, and I'm also watching Occidental get back to that 15 mark. So I still have that stop order. We want that breakout long at 15. It does feel a little bit reckless in a sort of a sliding market to not try the short in front of it. But when the long's been so good and you get a bounce off VWAP, that's too good of a trend. I'm not even wasting my time trying the short. It's either breaking out long at 15 or I'm getting a pullback to go long at 75 again. I'm looking for NAT to bounce off this $7.90 to $8 area. We've started our position here at 8.10. Looking to see if it can get back to VWAP. It was as high as $9 earlier in the session. Brendan, what do you got?
Crude extending gains here, guys. 5.7% to the upside now. We were talking about that 13 level just before the open of equities. We're well beyond that now. 13.50 for crude oil. So went from deeply negative to nicely positive now, guys.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
there it is. Right there. Explode the money. Tesla, a quick $4 there. We go long $3. We go long 780. We get out 784 there, and now we're holding holding very, very small left. So yes, sir, there it is. Who's got Tesla? This guy. So that's a nice little win there. Smile Direct all the way back up to profit land now. So like I said, we may have had one loser on, but no more, guys. Smile Direct back upside. We are long 663 right now. Big time winners everywhere for me today. I hope you join the club. And like we said, a record amount today. So that's a good one, as Tesla electrifying me and hopefully you guys out there as well. Let's see if we can get to 800 today on Tesla.
Yeah, and we're going to take some out, give you a winner chicken dinner. Why not? First one of the day. We'll take out half of those shares in NAT at VWAP. It bounced one time off of 830 in front of this little VWAP here, so we're going to take some profit off, hang on to it. I do still like to use either 8 or 790 depending on your personal preference. I think you can go with 2 stops on this one. If I could have gotten more shares, then I'd have the 790 stop, but on the way back up, it never even gave you an $8 test. So for now, our level is going to be that $8 range as long as we get a move. If we get above VWAP and consolidate, I'll look to hang on to this trade for a test of 850. We're also watching that $15 level on Oxy. I wasn't going to go short. It's bounced multiple times off it. You're getting some consolidation here. It's very, very tight, and it's just drawing me in. It's still a long break at 15. We're still going to take it, but I feel crazy not to play this range for at least a little bit, so I will dip in just a little bit to sort of wet my beak here, wet my whistle at 98 short. Reversing long at 15 no matter what. Brennan, what do you got?
Back to Pharmaland here, guys. Syndax Pharmaceuticals, SNDX, 58%. $18 here is all-time highs for this thing. They had some positive data on a leukemia treatment trial that is currently underway, guys.
Yeah, and thanks to Eric there. Yeah, we did a nice little trade there. I don't know if it was perfect or not, but it was a good little out there on Tesla. So a nice little trade. Glad you guys are making money. Look, if you like the show, please hit subscribe on our channel. We need to get to that 10,000. Hit the like button. Tell your friends. Drop this link in other people's chats and get them over to us, because we've been crushing it today and we continue to crush it every day. I don't want to jinx myself, but I think we've been pretty positive here, like the last 20 days or something on the show. It's been absolutely ridiculous. Look at this NAT long here. Bang, bang, right there, guys. That's a 10% winner right off the open for you. So I don't know what you want, but there it is right there. Smile Direct now trying to make highs for in the last 30 minutes or so, up to 670. It looks kind of crazy here because we have all these ins and outs, but this is my only trade on Smile Direct, going long 660 here, breaking through this little level to the upside. We thought we could explode through 7 here. I still think it has a decent chance. We still are long 660 right now, Smile Direct. We reversed short into Macy's. That's this little purple look right here. We're going to hold it, but I might just take this out. This is a nice little 5-cent winner. Macy's has been my stock of the day as we go bullish on Macy's. And guys, follow me. I mean, I'm getting all this credit here on the chat, but follow me on Twitter. I'm posting charts and chats and little fun things. I showed our green room today. If you guys want to see that on the video there, so join me on Trader TV Sean, at Trader TV Sean on Twitter, guys.
I'm going to slap shot it off here. We talked about 850 on NAT on that 810 long bounce. Yeah, we're about right here. This was our target. I'm going to be getting out for the 35-cent win, as you can see on that long. Some out in front of VWAP, and again, it's a profit-taking center, especially when it bounced off of it. Nice range-bound trading, giving you a nice little move here. But look, it came off of $9. You saw that support in the pre-market. Once it turns around, you catch it on the way back up here. You play with that momentum. The market's trying to level off, so we'll take that win, put it in our pocket. Wow, we got top wick. That's a perfect trade right there, so not too shabby. I am going to go over and look at Pfizer. It's getting crushed once again. Look, it's about to take out this 37.60 low if you're playing against the trend. And at some point, I do want to try long in Pfizer. You just have to be very, very patient here. It's been a fantastic morning. Sean and I are doing well. The last thing you want to do is try to bottom pick on a name which has been getting crushed for the first 40 minutes here. So I do like a shot at some point in Pfizer. I don't think we're at that point just yet, but it's 10-10. It is time for some upgrades and downgrades.
Hey guys, yeah, let's talk about some upgraded and downgraded stocks. Some interesting moves once again today on this board. Upgrades on this side, downgrades over here. I was pointing at IMAX. Look at that, 8.75% to the upside for IMAX, an earnings name. Also Quest Diagnostics down here. DGX, 1.2% to the upside. Show you that one in a second. B&G and also Inspire to the downside. J&J, PayPal, Roku. I found a weak stock, guys. Roku is weak today, moving to the downside. And Square still hanging on to positive territory, even with a downgrade. Here's that Quest. Yeah, almost back to this level. 114 is where we ended the day yesterday. Nice gap to the upside. 124 down to 114. $10 fade on DGX from the pre-market, obviously, this morning. Roku down 4% so far today. 128 all the way down to 123. We're kind of holding 123, 122 and a half for Roku. So a little bit of a look, guys, at upgrades and downgrades today. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Brennan. Roku, wow. I mean, talk about there being a lot of action and a lot of names to play today. Haven't even looked at a name like Roku. It's getting sort of, well, not hammered the way this thing maybe like Pfizer looks like on the chart, but it's 4% down and it was a flush through 127. Look at this clean downward trend. Roku could be one. If it forms a base, you might look for that one to make an upside play. I'm looking at the NASDAQ futures basically exactly at positive here and trying to bounce off of 88.20, and the ES is clawing its way back to the 2,900 mark. So, you know, as I look at some of those opportunities like that Pfizer play, at some point it's going to be a good one. I probably should be waiting for it to get through 38, but I'm going to be a little bit more impatient than that. If it makes any kind of a low and then bounces back above 37.70, I think that's going to be the play for me. I'll get you back to Boeing as well. That was our first trade off the open. We had this one in the pre-market for a nice little win. It's come all the way back here, and I thought there'd be resistance at 35. It blew through that, and now is trading below that 135. So it turns into resistance a little bit later. We still love 130, 150. That's going to be the level for me. If it decides it wants to fall, we'll be picking up in that range. But we did try that short in Occidental, and arrows down, at least in the short term here. We just took a scalp off on that one. So playing this 15 level like a fiddle here. Upside 1450. We grab some out in front of 75. We take the 50-cent win on the rest. We pick some back up long 75. Out at 86, short now in front of 15, takes them out in the middle again. I mean, if you have direct market access, you can do this, adding liquidity, taking advantage of this range. If it wants to continue bouncing off of VWAP, I'll play the entirety of that range and still break out long at 15, be profitability all over the place here in Occidental.
Yeah, Occidental has been a good trade. I haven't done anything oil-wise yet, but we may get into some of that very soon here on the oil front. But okay, Beyond Meat, I did want to talk about this one if it does break above. I recently gave you up here somewhere 101.80, but it is fading back down here as the futures continue to go downside as well. So Beyond Meat, I was looking for a long. I was going to try to update you guys on this 101 area, but right now, fading down. So we're going to miss out on that one, Beyond Meat. I don't really like the short in this name, but it's only down 0.1%. So if you do break down this bottom here, 98.67, maybe even 98.34 on Beyond Meat, yeah, you could get pretty low on this stock, that's for sure. So 98.40 or so on Beyond Meat. Let's see if we can't take that level out and then possibly look to go for a little short. I'm not going to put a lot of capital into this short though, guys.
Yeah, you know, speaking of shorts here, Whiting is giving you this little bit of a look here. Look, it's consolidating near the top. It's failing to get past this 125 mark. 120 to 125. You guys that have been tuning in, remember how great that long break was. So the fact that it wants to fail here, that's not a random price for me. I will take a shot here, shorting Whiting in front of that 125 mark. I think if it holds this range, you're probably going to get a flush. And then 118 and VWAP, that's what's going to give you your bigger win. So I'll take a shot on this Whiting short. See if we can't get 21, 22, 23. 125 is a hard out for me, however. Valeria, what do you got?
Hello, dear viewers. I hope you have a great trading day, and hopefully we are being helpful and entertaining. Please hit the thumbs up if you enjoy what we do. I also noticed that some people who haven't even ever trade now want to start to trade paper money. Guys, that's great because we are building a trading community, guys giving out names of winners for free. So Kevin and Adam, our Day Trade the World traders, doing a great job on the chat to helping out you with questions. And I want to be helpful also. I'll be picking up one question and ask it directly to Neil, Sean, or Brandon. So guys, keep the questions coming, subscribe to our channel, and hit the thumbs up. I'll see you later.
Just give me the easy questions, Valeria. That'll be good for that one. And yeah, guys, for sure. Good job there, Valeria. Ask us whatever you want. I'm trying to do my best here. I've already been called an octopus multitasker. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But here we go, guys. CCL right now to the top side. I like this break, Brad, in 1443. What you got?
A little one here, guys. Wish I saw this earlier. QTNT, 14% still to the upside. But look at this fade through $10 even here in the pre-market. And then again at the open all the way down to $8.50 for QTNT. QTNT, they developed a COVID-19 test that has come back with strong results, they're saying. So QTNT, still positive, but coming back in a hurry, guys.
Yeah, there's another one, QTNT. We'll have a look at that one. I've got to get back to Oxy here for you guys. Look, it's definitely giving you that still breakout signal here through 15. I'm going to look, I like to play this both ways on this setup, so I'm going to continue to do so, but what I will not do necessarily is reload more of that short. I'll hang on to what I have, but it's still going to be a break at 15, but I'm not going to add back into those shorts. So you can see I did take shares here at 98 for me. We're going to hang on to those ones. If we can get that 15-cent win, fantastic. If not, it's going to end up being a break long. We're starting to get into that whiting position to the short side in front of 125. Shout out to you, Modern Investor, for beating me to the punch. A little busy in a few names here. Morning's been a good one, but we're finally into some whiting to the south side here. So we are short that name. I feel a little bit more confident with this short as opposed to Occidental. Maybe it's a little bit of a bias from my part. Who knows? Either way, we've had a decent read so far today.
So CCL here, guys, 1443. We're going to go long that one. I'm going to go long Oxy. I haven't been in Oxy yet today, obviously, but we're going to go long through $15 here on Oxy. That looks like a decent trade if that comes through. So good look there by everybody. There was another one I wanted to look at. Oh yeah, Square up to $63 today and fading back in. This is a very popular name to trade. We did get some talk here today about Square and PayPal. So as we're going down here, Square down to $63.50 here. Looking to take out some of these lows, 63.24. It's negative on the day, so watch out if this market does fade back in. It already failed at 65, so Square right now not looking very strong on the day, and I like it actually through some of these breakdown levels. Maybe I'm going to actually just call it up for a 5-minute chart. See if we can't go back a little bit further to see what we're looking at here. What is this? This is 63. It's these levels right here. 63.22 and change. Looks like we're going to break that right now on Square, guys.
Yeah, it's been all kinds of trouble for me to be able to get back into I&O to the downside, but we just got the break on Oxy through 15. We got 02s there long. I told you about why I wouldn't add in on that short side trade. This is the reason we like that break. Took some out for a scalp already in front of 15.10. See if we can't ride the rest. I mean, we like this one probably all the way back to 14.90, and if it dips down there, I think we want to be able to reload on that trade. I know you guys were looking at that that BWEN, and the reason I didn't like this in the pre-market was how far it had already gone down. It was a 340 top. It had already traded down to 230. It retraced 50%. Yeah, it just kind of kept going here. So for those of you that had it, a good look. I got rules that I play with these small caps, and I feel like you got to have some. It didn't really set up for me the way I would have liked it. But hey, great trade if you had it on. Congratulations to all of you that did. That whiting trade, we're still basically at the money, so still collecting shares in front of that 125. Got to keep in mind, Oxy's broken out here, so I found myself short whiting and long Oxy. Well, at least one of those guys is going chapter 11, so I feel like I got the right one.
Yeah, I hope you guys had that one right here, guys. I gave that to you guys, breaking through $15. That's about as easy as it gets right there on Oxy. So anybody that had that, hit the swish button on there. Okay, CCL, we did take the long through 1440 there. This happened at the same time as Oxy. We got out 47.48, but we still are holding. We're not out of this. We're not even close. We're still holding like 50% of this one for sure. I did want to quickly, Rob, you wanted to do this, so if you are ready, we can do it. Okay, so there's been some talk about some of these pictures here. Can you, you're ready or you're not ready? Okay, here we go. Yes, so there it is. I want to be a shout out to my girl here, 5 years old, Gia. She always says that she is my sunflower. So here's a couple of sunflowers here. And then there's a little baby, I don't know if you can see right here, there's a little baby sunflower in the bottom left corner there. So I want to give a big shout out to my daughter. I love you so, so much. Keep up the good work. And Daddy's going to be bringing home the bacon for you today. So good job. Thank you so much, Gia. I love you so much, and stay strong at home. And treat your brother nicely too. Let's go.
There goes the move downside, guys, in whiting. We do have shorts already at 121. I'm looking to add at any price I can, whether it's 118, 119. If it's in front of VWAP, that's what we're trying to do, pick some shares up on top of this level. We are long in Occidental, so it is worth noting we're playing this both ways as the market tries to slide back down here. We're hanging below 2,900 on the ES. Arun had mentioned some levels, but not all the way until 28.65. So we got room to the downside. We're going to try and play it here in whiting. Oxy, like we said, we want to give that one to about 14.90 before considering a reload.
And guys, here we go. Square, bigging ourselves up a little bit here again. We talk about taking Square through 63.20. We have this trade on right now, 63.18. Maybe something to take off a little bit right there. So we will floss a little bit off. Wait for a little bit of a further move down. Square right here. The purple arrows, guys, indicating a short. So once again, there you go. A quick little 40 pennies there. We'll wait to see if we get more. 30 pennies. 62.90 on the break. So we're going to wait to see Square here. I gave you this one. It seems like it's low to break that, but I did break down the chart for you. I did kind of like this little level right here. We slipped a little bit more than we would have liked to, but here comes Square back down to the downside. So we're going to see if we can ride this one further and further down. But Square, once again, just another air horn there, guys. I hope that you like that. And anybody out there with daughters or young little kids, you know what it's like, and you got to show them that love. Oh, look at Square. Here goes Square, guys. Before I throw to you, Brendan, we're going to catapult ourselves here as the market heads southbound, and so does Square, and bang, there it is, guys. A quick little 80-cent winner there for you. This happened in like 3 minutes. 80 plus cents on Square. Pigs get slaughtered. We take some out, but now we start heading to the south side on this name. This is how you trade, guys. We give you Oxy through 15. You have Square through here. Macy's, everything's been a big day for us. Brendan, what you got, homie?
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's jump into things quickly here. Lots to get through. Want to get you back to trading. Let's talk about INO. Down 5.5% here. We were mentioning 15 if you joined us in the pre-market this morning. Huge pivot all throughout the day yesterday, this 15. Once we got below it a couple of times, it couldn't get back above. So obvious level right off the bat this morning. We were gapping higher. Happy to fade this thing right into 15. So depending on where you started working on this, 60 up to 15 even, you would have a pretty decent average price. Look at this opportunity. We're at 1275, working off of a 15 level. So a great move down for INO this morning. The next one I wanted to mention, we didn't get to this one if you joined us at 9 o'clock, but Trovagene, another one that was higher in the pre-market on positive trial data. A little bit of a sleepy stock, but 160, a little bit of a pivot before the open here. Pretty easy short. We're down to 130 now, so a 30-cent trade there, but another one to look at. IBIO, I want to go out to a daily chart. This is a daily chart on IBIO. We're still up 46%. If you go way back to March, this is March, way back here on a daily chart, 140, the lower level, 150, the upper level. A little look at how you go out to a daily chart and kind of find some levels to work off of. We go into today then, hey, guess what? This is 150. We come up to 150 at the open, give you all kinds of opportunity to fade this thing down to 120. So go out to the higher time frame, find those key levels. They come into play on a daily basis. Guys, back over to you.
Absolutely. Someone asked in the chat, how do you know where to get out? One of the things you do for profit taking is you can read tape, certainly that can be an advanced sort of strategy, but if you have key levels or support and resistance, if you're short and it runs into a support level, that's a good place to take profit. You see us do it all the time. Certainly you want to make sure you're banking some profit, especially if you're trend trading. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this whiting trade here. It comes back into this 110 mark, and you see right off the bat, off the open, it was a pullback. Initially, it broke through 1, pulled back at 115, turned around at 110. So on this short here at 121, what am I going to do? I'm going to take some out in front of that 110 mark. That allows me to get back in at VWAP, which I'm doing. I want to load this one back up in front of 125. This market wants to come down. Whiting's a short that I can play a trend on a pullback all session long as it wants to do it. So you cover that Oxy, which was a decent break. We had some great longs in that one, whether it was 14.50, whether it was 15 even. We love this short in Whiting, however, now that we're sliding back downside. So I'm adding to it right here. You just saw me do that. We picked some up at 16. I'll probably add again at 20 if we can get it. Otherwise, hey, we're looking to break that 110, see if we can't flush down to 1 even.
And guys, there it is. We talked about bringing home the bacon, but we'll bring home some chicken instead here. Look at Square. Again, I give this to you guys. I break it down. It's all about education. Thanks to some of you guys Kate NT, everybody on the chat there. Yeah, if you're watching for a week, you know this is how we do it. Look at this, guys. A big trade down here. Big winner. This is $1 now. 10 in the money. And like I said, you're trading options, equities, whatever you're trading, guys, you can have these trades, man. I mean, just hit the option when we're going short here on the weekly, and you can get down. I don't know if Square has weeklies. Let me know if it does or not, but Square right down to the downside here, 61.80. What a great out. Bang, bang, bang. Now we're holding 40% of our position. No, 20% of our position on Square now as I look to the downside. So here we go. Nice little move here. We'll see about taking the rest off, maybe back above 62.50, which would be this level, and then ho-hum, we'll just take $1 winner instead of the 3. But here we go, Square making a move back upside. But yeah, guys, it's been a pretty sweet day. Love this trade. Doesn't get any easier than that, guys. Yeah, you guys are asking what the lines are on the chart. For me, the red's always going to be VWAP. If you see the light blue line, that's going to be what I have my moving averages on. If you guys, I don't know, but I want to put you guys on the spot, the production team here. We have lots of things that we're looking at, both Sean and I. You can probably more easily see his screen setup, but I do have other charts that I have up where I might have some 9 and some 20-minute moving averages or 20-period moving averages as well. But for primarily, I have a clean chart. The red's always going to be VWAP. If you see a light blue, that's a 200 on the daily. So that's what we're working with here. Great questions. You always want to understand what it is that you're looking at. There isn't a bad question. We want to have these for you all day long, and this is what we're trying to do here. I'm going to get you back to the banks because, JPM just cannot seem to get going. We did take off that breakout long for a 10-cent loss. Thank goodness. It is now retesting 97 even and continuing to look weak. It just feels like to me, now we might have to be thinking about shorting the banks, and I'll be probably shorting this one in 97.50 to 97.80 range, or even testing a breakdown at 97 even. So, JP Morgan and the banking sector can't seem to find some good longs here. It might be the shorts eventually that have to work out with this weakish market now that we're pulling back in. I wonder if we can get there today. Now, I'm just checking out our subs here, 9.6. So we need 400 more to get here, guys. Let's see if we can get them up to 10,000. CCL, we tried this trade here, but it just didn't break that daily high. We got in, and then we've been getting out, and now we're just getting out here around in the 30s. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit more. So this is going to be a losing trade, guys. CCL long at 14.42. It's only 10 cents out, but I mean, the $2 winner on Smile Direct makes up for this one. But again, a lot of it depends on your share size that you're using. So you trade a little more shares on this one. So yeah, we will, guys. I apologize. One loser today. We will fall in the hole on CCL unless it gets going. But right now, whenever you're saying unless or I hope or something like that, then it's not going to be a good one for you because you never want to hope and pray that your stocks work out for you. You want to be in control of everything. And right now, CCL, I have lost control of you. So we're going to wait to see if this one wants to break back to the upside. I'm going to move away from Carnival. Just let the rest go, man. I have like 20% left of my position here. We're going to let it go and see if it does happen. If we do break down below, yeah, what the hell? Let's just give it to VWAP. 14.13 down here. Then we'll drop it. But otherwise, CCL could go. Let's see if it has a run in it. But we are going to fall in a hole on CCL, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get you guys back to Roku, which just continues to slide. So you try to find some stocks for a bottom pick. We're going to throw that one under the bus here. I don't think Roku is going to be that play. There's so many names that are looking incredibly weak, and it's just got to be sticking with the counter trend. I've decided to go short in the oil space, particularly with Whiting, so we'll hang on. I'm still adding actually to that position as we speak. Another one which is moving back to the downside is going to be NAT, and it keeps on testing that 790 mark, so it's back down to that 8 even. We caught that break back up. It got out at top wicket 850, but if this thing takes out 790, you do have those pre-market lows, 20 cents lower for a scalp that you can work off of. This is feeling like a short, even if it gets back to VWAP at this point. So no longer on the long train on NAT. It's going to be a short if it pulls back into 820. It's going to be a short if it breaks 790. We're going to go Roku short here, guys, breaking this day's low if it does happen, 119.62 on the short of Roku. That's what we're going to trade here if it does break that. But for right now, it is not. And we may go 121 long, but I'm really looking for the short now and not looking at anything else, just for the short here in Roku. We do have, of course, I still have that Smile Direct long. It's still the same spot. Again, we're just trying to wait for that. And then we have the Square short short, but look, we did capture out only 10% of our square left, Brendan.
SNDX, guys, we talked about this one a little bit earlier, just gave you a clean $1.50 there through 19. This was 19 right here. We ripped all the way up to above 20.5. Bit of a pullback. Now look at the volume behind this thing. This is an antibody test. So we're hearing all about these antibody tests in the US specifically. So SNDX apparently has an antibody test that is working well, guys.
Yeah, one of the things I'll look for in a stock like an SNDX is where the halt's going to come in. If this thing halts to the upside, I'm looking for that opportunity to maybe jump back into a short. I love shorting these when they stop. Ideally, if it has a couple of halts on the way up and then gives you a halt and then trading a little bit lower. So it hasn't done that yet. There isn't any sign that it's slowing down. So SNDX not going to be an entry just yet for me, but I do want to get you guys back to Smile Direct, which it's starting to really consolidate. And of course, you've been following along here. That was my, outside of that JPM, we took that 10-cent small loser there. Smile Direct, guys, it's really starting to consolidate that 650 mark. You do have a breakout potential. I think it's going to be about this 675 if it wants to continue to the upside. Otherwise, you are maybe looking at a 635 breakdown. So I got a bracket idea that we're putting on in NAT if it wants to break down through 790. I think you can add Smile Direct to that retracement play as well, guys. So both those names we're going to be involved in. I want to get you guys to one other name here that we sort of stayed away from, and that's going to be Spirit. Spirit Airlines, 10% up, looking like it wants to test the highs as well. So you're talking about this market coming back in. This is looking very, very strong as we just got into NAT there at 788. So first short of the day on this strong stock over the last few sessions here. So I'm going to be adding to it in front of VWAP. It looks like this one's finally coming back in, guys.
Yeah, NAT's a great call there, right at that level. Yeah, I wish I would have saw that. Good look. NAT for sure. Okay, Square, we're still trying to watch these futures, guys, because Square is going to fade back down here. If the futures crack this 28.80 level, I've been talking about 28.80 for weeks on end, it seems like, and that's definitely a key area. You get some bunches up here at 28.80, so we're going to see about that. This is the S&P 500 you see up here, ES, so we're going to wait to see if that does break, and then if so, Square back to the downside, but that's been a monster winner here. Follow us on Twitter, everywhere. We're all over the place as I continue to post charts and whatnot. I see some of these cannabis names. CGC is one here. Canopy Growth, the biggest and baddest of the group here for sure. This one now making moves down to 1665. I don't know. Maybe if we take out this level, 1683, we can go some live trading. I mean, we're live trading, but we can take a position now in cannabis and Canopy if we do go higher. Realistically, though, I like this 1725 level. That should be a good one. Okay, so we hold Smile Direct all day here, and it looks like we finally might get going here. So Smile Direct, we did think this was going to be a loser. So hold on a second, guys. We're going to go from a decent laugh to an evil laugh now. So here we go. Let's see if it can take out this high. These are the trades that we had early on where we took out some winners, and we only took it out here for 13 penny loser. So let's see if we can't go high side now on Smile Direct. We still have our original position here. This could go, guys. So let's wait to see here, breaking through 770 on SDC.
Yeah, and we talked about on NAT, that little pre-market level at 770. That's why you want to make sure you get some shares out in front of it if you're shorting this name. It looks like it's turned around, so we're looking for this one to be a possible trend. I'm going to get you guys over to Whiting, which is starting to roll over here. Now, you could take small scalp profits on a dollar stock doing volume, but I think you want to wait for it to get down to that 110 mark, especially if you have 117 short like I do, or maybe if you still have it in the 120s, there's more profitability, but it's that 110 break that you're really looking for. So leave some shares on board for the bigger move in Whiting, especially if you're having to give it to 120 to 125. And you got to consider how much you're risking on a trade. Even though it looks like it's a decent return there on the chart, you want a little bit more a lot of times. So I put the position board on, but it's just short Whiting 117 and short NAT at 788, guys. We like both those names to the south side. I did talk about the banks. We did not, I don't know why, we didn't put that trade on in JPM when it broke 97. I think maybe my stop order either missed or I messed something up there, but there was the break on JP Morgan. It's continuing to head to the south, so I'm not sure what happened.
677 here on Smile Direct is going to be the break out spot here. That was the sort of the low that we got here in the pre-market before completely flushing down, making a move back up. So I'm going to be going more long here, 677 if Smile Direct breaks, because you got to put this trade on. I believe it anyways. I mean, right now we're 6 pennies in the money, but we will be waiting for 677 to break here on Smile. If that does happen, great. Square right now still just consolidating in this area, so we'll see about Square coming through. SDC, Square, and CCL are the only positions that we have on. And here goes SDC. Let's see. It needs, here we go. 672, 673. So once again, guys, 10, 13 plus penny winner right now on SDC.
Yeah, I'm looking at IBIO. Going to dip back into this name here. Just watching this range 132 up to about 138. You got a 5-6 penny range on this stock. It was already a good trade for us earlier. I'm looking for a break here. See if we can't catch this level right here, that 132. If it breaks down, maybe we retest those lows. It gives you a nice defined out in front of VWAP. So I'm going to see if we can jump into IBIO, add it to my list of short trades that we have on. Brendan, what do you have for us, buddy?
A little bit of a pop here for Tech Resources, guys. 6% now on the day, just broke 750. Look at the volume that came in here at 10:30. Right at 10:30, they released an update for their current quarter guidance to the upside. Obviously, they're set to report coming up next week. But Tech Resources, nice move here, about 6%, guys.
Okay, look at this, guys. Smile Direct. We smile right now because it's a nice little decent winner finally for us. We did go long, though, more. But look what we ran into, a big ARCA here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can show you guys. There's a big seller right here at $6.80 on Smile Direct. So we are going to not smile because this stock is right here, but we're going to wait to see if it can break that level, $6.80. I'm going to try to get out of some now. We're long at 676 right now on that average in. I told you we took some out at the top. These are some outs here of our nice little long. So Smile Direct for now is a winner. So we smile, but we need to break through that 680. If we do it, then let's go more long. But for right now, it's resisting that 680. There's about 200,000 shares there, guys, on the level 2. So where else are you going to see these live level 2s, guys, except for Trader TV Live? So come back to us every single day. We'll have these winners and we'll educate you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys have been tracking that INO, it's finally pulling back a little bit here. If it gets to about 1350, I think that'll be interesting for me to retest back in. Looking at NAT, I said I thought that could be a downward trend on this, finally pulling back. And look, we're talking about a stock which has done this in the last few sessions, coming from $5 just a few sessions ago, all the way up to $9. So if this is going to be it turning around, I think there's more than just the 13-cent win that we've already taken out. I think we can get a little bit more than that. So I will be trying to load up. If we get any more between 8 and 820. If that doesn't happen, like I said, if you can't add to your position, sometimes it just means it's gone for you right away. So there's nothing wrong with that. I've just taken out 20% of my whiting trade down at 112. Like I said, hang on to some in case it breaks that 110 even area. I missed that JPM trade on that little stop, but that's okay. We're looking for INO now on a pullback. I'm still thinking net shorts mostly, but in the back of my mind, there is that Pfizer, which it's moved lower, but at least it's not the kind of crazy move downside with the futures that we just had with another dip down. Pfizer, sort of a muted secondary push. So I'm still looking for it to break back above 37.70. That'll be my long play if this market can get going back to the upside. Otherwise, still a couple of shorts on.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at Pfizer as well for you guys. Yeah, Smile Direct, I see that. I mean, we're getting out. I mean, we're basically out now. I mean, that 675, we did take some out. We're waiting for that 680 to break right now. So Smile Direct, yeah, it can go to an evil laugh right now because we did see that guy at 680. I really feel, guys, if this guy would left, then we could have had a moonshot there. So we'll wait. Smile Direct will be back. We had to wait for it before all the way down here and absorb these losers, but you do, well, it wasn't a loser, but you got to absorb some of this pain here as that order needs to get taken care of. What's up, Brendan?
Another virus-related name here, guys, AIM Immunotech. It's interesting to see how some of these virus-related names are kind of catching a bid here as the market continues to show some weakness. AIM up almost 15%. Look at the volume coming in on the buy side as the market continues to sell off a little bit. So AIM, another one, guys.
Thank you very much. Someone was asking about that SNDX. I'm going to get back to you on this. For me, I was looking for a pullback. It's now giving you about 1950 to, I'd call it 1975 as an area to get back in. So if it fails through this, I'm probably taking a 19 breaks outside. Just got to make sure we have the locates. I, like a fool, did not test to make sure it's probably a 19 short. Otherwise, if it fails at 75, catch it anywhere on the way back in. VWAP retracement's $18. So there's a $1.50, maybe even more move in this one to the south side. But very likely you're going to have to pay for some shorts here.
Okay, yeah. Well, that was another thing, guys. Yeah, always make sure that you pay for your shorts.
Oh, we got these ones, baby.
Okay, yeah, good. So good look there. 674 here. Smile Direct. We take some out there as we come back up. We're flat now, guys. I have 50 shares of Smile Direct. So we're going to wait to that to break 680. It needs to break 680. We talked about why. I'll pull it down for you. Every single mark on here when it says when it says size here on the level 2. So you get the MPID, the market maker ID down here, market participant participant ID, and that's going to be EdgeX or NASDAQ. You see some PhilX here, ARCA, BATS. If you've ever heard of these gateways, now you're seeing them live on Trader TV Live. And then each one of these sizes here represents 100 shares. So if you ever get a 1, that could be sub 100, so like 50 shares or something like that. But every single one is basically one lot. And then as you go up, you're going to see. And then look, you don't see much here on the way of size. But as we go, you see down here a big ARCA down here at 680. So, or up here, I guess at 680. So that's going to have to break before I decide to go long. And that's just a little bit of education there, brought to you by yours truly. But right now, we can't ever let this man wait for too long, because it's Brendan at the big screen with such a great sector watch here, because you need to know what's moving and what isn't. Thanks. Take it away, Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, sector time. Let's have a look at the S&P 500 and see what is leading this market still to the upside. However, yeah, only 0.4% now in positive territory. Have a look at the healthcare group here, front and center. Big time negativity, yeah, just shifted up there. So if you're joining us for the first time, this board kind of shows you each individual group. The size of the box is going to indicate the influence on the overall market. So you can see healthcare stocks, really the only one jumping out as negative today, offsetting an otherwise positive market. Outside of a few individual names here that are negative, CINF, that was an earnings play, 11.3% to the downside in the insurance group. Otherwise, though, the banks very, very strong as a group today. CTXS, NOW, and PYPL in the tech group, offsetting an otherwise positive session. There's that F5 we were talking about, 10.75% to the upside. Mentioned this one as well, Quest, DXC, 6.1% to the upside after solid earnings report as well. Wanted to flip over here to show you UPS, 4.5% to the downside after earnings. Otherwise, though, this entire group very, very strong, led by CMI, PHM, GPS in the retailing group, and LKQ also in positive territory. Industrials did move down there. GE, HWM, and J all about 5% or more to the upside. UPS, there it is, to the downside. Some of the hotels and cruise lines we were talking about are positive, 8% for CCL and Norwegian. RCL's 5. LVS, though, standing out as a little bit relatively weak in this group. MGM right beside it there, 3.75% to the upside. Communication stocks also in negative territory, just slightly, but to the downside despite some positivity there. Utilities, consumer staples also positive, guys, but overall we are, where are we? 0.25%. We're still coming in, still positive, but just, guys.
Thanks a lot there, Brendan. I was actually just telling somebody that I was going to have a quick look at Whiting if it tested 15 upside again. Probably should have looked at the short. That's okay. We do have a couple of short positions on. One of them is going to be in Whiting. That 116 short we had at 117 was our original average price. That's working in the money again for us. We also just got the short in IBIO. That breaking as well to that 130 mark that we wanted downside. So we entered into this one on this little breakdown. It had a tight range here, 138 to 130. Let's see if it can't retest the bottom at 122. This market continues to slide. IBIO short, Nat short, Whiting short. All short for me right now to the south side. Look, it's been a fantastic morning. Let's keep this train rolling.
Yeah, short we had a $1 winner right now short on Square, and we also just stepped right now into Beyond Meat. So here we go, guys. Nice little trade on Beyond Meat. Let's see what we can do here. Breaking down to the bottom, 2 shorts right now, short 50s, short 70s. We're now printing 30, so this is once again nicely in the money. We're short 99.70 right now on Beyond Meat, so it's a nice little 50-cent winner. We're going to have to capture lower. Let's wait to see if we can get out some at 99, then the rest down here. But right now, once again, yours truly, guys, we've got this on, so hit the air horn. Let's see if Beyond Meat can enjoy a little bit of a move down here. Maybe 99 is getting a little bit too greedy. We are in the money right now, 40 cents. Here it comes, 99 and change. Maybe we can get out of this one right now, guys. Beyond Meat, nice little 70-penny winner.
It's all about this south side movement, and the future is just absolutely dying here. So look, you're probably going to want to throw away those bottom picking longs on something like a Pfizer. It's dig in and hang on to your shorts time. That's what it's going to be all about for me. It's a massive move down. We're basically going to go not hands off, but move some of our levels and profit-taking ideas downside so we can hang on to bigger winners in the shorts that we have in both Nat and Whiting. If it breaks 110 on Whiting, I actually am considering adding to my position rather than taking off. It was going to be a profit-taking level for me, but with this move down, just absolutely fading, I think maybe we should be looking to add here at 110. It's a fantastic short. We started at 21. You can see this is going to be a cliff we can fall off, maybe get to 1 even, guys.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Beyond Meat right now and Square. Big, huge winners. Let's just show them to you. Why not? This is our position board. I just hit a little mark on here. We don't have to go to that camera. Okay, we can go to this camera if you want. Here's Beyond Meat, 99.73 short. That's 70 cents now in the money. Beyond Meat, 70 cents in the money. Look at Square, guys. Short 63.18. This is $1.50 in the money. And our Smile Direct, we dropped out. We're giving that to the day's low. Right now, though, guys, big time winners all abound. Multiple dollars here. This is how we do it. This is why you join the show. Here we go. Big time trades happening on this side. Let's see if Beyond Meat can't crush down here this day's low. But this is that Square position we're talking about, guys. Look where we're short. 63.20. And now we come to the day's low. So once again, confetti time. I'm going to chill out. It's almost fruit salad time, guys. What a big day this has been. Let's go.
Speaking of chilling out, when you're with the trend, that's what you want to do here. It's basically all profit taking. You can either maybe get back in. If something decides to pull back, if Whiting wants to pull back and give me a re-entry, that's fine.
What?
I don't mind, but we're already in the money in this one. We started this short at 121, added to it at 117. We've only taken profit at this 112 mark in front of that 110 area. And once we break through that, I think we'll get an even bigger type of win. We've loaded into IBIO as well on a retracement here. This one took out this 130 mark. We're looking to see if we can retest the lows. So again, IBIO short side, whether it's going to be INO for some of you guys if you're still into that one. Whiting looks like a fantastic trade there. Futures question. I think we're going to be dealing with that one when Valeria comes to the big screen at some point. It's a good one. Masish there, I think that's your name. Apologies if I got that one wrong. You're going to see it referred to the S&P 500 futures and the NASDAQ futures, both of those indexes. If you're following tech, maybe you care more about the NASDAQ. So when I say futures, that's what I'm referring to. My apologies if I don't always indicate which one it is that I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm always watching the ES, so if you're worried about me, that's ES, Neil, most of the time NASDAQ, I think. But you also have to watch oil futures, right? And here we go. This is what the oil futures look like on our account here. Well, let me make this a little bit bigger. Actually, I'll do it after. It's CLM20. I know this is going to be hard to see on the screen. I'll have to adjust that bigger. But the PPRO8 platform, we're using it through Day Trade the World, comes with a full suite of charts. We trade over 63 live markets here, guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. If it's your first time, we do this every day. And guess what, guys? It's free. So there's a cowbell for that. Okay, 1280. This is what we're talking about in crude oil right now. 1267 we're at right here. A nice little drop off. This is what Neil's talking about, shorting Whiting here. Great little trade if you're looking at anything like that. I think we have to look at XOM to come through. Let's just see. Wow, Square right now, guys. I mean, I don't know. What have I not hit in a while here? Let's hit Slapshot. I mean, there's only so many sports we can play. We've hit swishes today, home runs, and guys, this is a $1.50 winner. Look where we're short Square. This may be a good spot to get out. Let me drop down a 10-minute chart here for you guys, just to see what we're talking about. And yeah, okay, so you did get some bunching up happening right around here. 61.50, 61.40. So shout out to Arun, told me to always look at bigger time frames to get the big winners. He's noticing that sometimes I get out, like I have winners all the time, but we need to hold them a little bit longer. So I'm looking at a bunched up area right here, Arun, and I like this spot right here, 61.30. Let's see if we can't celebrate a clean 61.30 would be $2 for this guy. So you want big winners, here you go. $4 or $5 on Tesla today, $4 or $5 on Square, and now we throw to Brendan.
No little one here, guys. CTXR, 25%, better part of 25% to the upside. Broke $1 there on decent volume spike. We're up to about 107. Sidious Pharmaceuticals, they have a stem cell treatment they're working on to treat patients that have COVID-19. Guys.
Someone was just asking about SNDX. It's continued to consolidate here. This is going to be our entry point. Now, hopefully you guys have locates on this. I know that we do, so we are able to short SNDX up 65%. However, I do like this range. It's made 1950 to 75, I think is the top. And you can go with a hard stop. I don't necessarily love a hard stop on a stock like this when liquidity is this low. It's on volume, which is good. We like good volume here at 6.5 million shares, but the liquidity each level isn't gigantic. If it can roll over past VWAP, you're looking for 18 break, and then 1750 is probably your ultimate target. So we're going to jump into some shares here of SNDX. You're risking about $1 depending on your risk tolerance. I think we can keep that down to about 50 cents by working into a good price. So that's my idea there. I talked about it earlier. It's the same range that I'm looking at right now in SNDX for a retracement play. And the reason you want to get out at that tight stop is it's a parabolic move up. If there's further squeeze to the upside, you don't want it to even test that high. I'm not playing that game when I'm doing a retracement. I like to control the risk.
All right, guys. Yeah, I'm just, as you can see, I'm in pretty much, hey, what's up? I'm in chill mode here now as we go. There is Square. Bang! Square. Nice little trade there. Hit for that profit. 61.61. There it is. I was in chill mode, and now we celebrate. So like you guys heard, we're bringing home the bacon today. Look at this winner on Square. 63.20 out down here. 61.60. We brought it all the way back there for that win. I hope you guys like that one. I'm going to go now grab, first of all, I'm going to tweet this out. Follow me on Twitter, guys. Hopefully you can do that. Join the club there. Welcome to the 1,000 club as we have had watchers today throughout the whole show. This is fantastic. Hit the subscribe button. Let's do it. I'm off to get some fruit salad. I'll be back, guys. Big winners everywhere. Let's keep the train going.
I think we got Brendan Wickens at the big screen. What do you got, buddy?
Hey guys, yeah, 10:50, it is currency time. Let's have a look at some currency pairs here, see how things are shaping out. Kind of muted so far today. Once again, we're seeing a little bit of US dollar weakness coming in after that number that came out at 10 o'clock this morning, consumer confidence number. So a lot of these going to be in positive territory. The euro higher, 108.5. CAD here in Toronto, Canada, obviously 71.5, up about 0.3% for our currency today. The pound, 124 and change. Also in positive territory. Worth noting, it was actually lower early on, but has since gone positive for the pound. The yen, the Swiss franc, both to the downside. Aussie and New Zealand, both to the upside. We're almost back above that 65 level for the Australian dollar. You go back about 2 weeks, that was a big pivot for the Aussie. We did get below it again. So 65 inbound for Australia. As far as cryptocurrencies are concerned, 7,700, decent move today for Bitcoin to the upside. Has given some of it back, but 0.25%. We were talking last week about, this is Bitcoin over here, we were talking last week about 7,300. This last little hurdle it had to get over, and we have kind of cleared that, holding above that now. So a nice look on the chart as well for Bitcoin. Ethereum following suit, 195, 196, up about 1.2%. Let's go back over to Neil.
So just talking to you guys about SNDX, look, great break at VWAP as well, and there's nothing wrong with taking the short at that point. I gave you sort of the reasons why and how I like to do it. I'm a little more aggressive with these retracement plays. I like getting back in when it gives you that tight consolidation. Then when you run it into VWAP, it gives you an obvious opportunity for a trailing stop if you want to do that. So I could decide here that I'm going to give it to about that 25 to 35 mark, lock in a 50-cent profit no matter what. I'm not going to do that. We never even got a second or third entry in and around that 19. And if we get that, fair enough. But I'm still looking for us to break down to that 17.50 mark. I think there's $1.50. I think there's maybe even $2, somewhere in the 5 to 10% range in terms of profitability. I will tell you one thing we missed the boat on. I wanted to work into a short in IBIO. We got some on the breakdown. I wanted to make sure we got some when it failed at that top end of the range at 138. I got a few shares on the way back in, but then I'm trying to chase it. I like to get in when it rejects off a level and then back down instead of stepping in front of the falling sword. This one's going to cost me here because I didn't get very many shares there at $1.33. I'll look to continue to add short in front of VWAP. I will put the position board up for you guys. First time today. Apologies for not getting this one for you earlier. It's all short, and I don't think it should be too much of a surprise that we're liking the shorts at this point in the market. It's going to go on my face here, but guys, that's okay. IBIO 131 sell side short. We got NAT still. We took some profit on that 788 short. Hang on to the rest. SNDX is in the money about 60 pennies here, short at 1886, and still have some whiting here at $1.16. Our average price was 117 on our second entry. It's still looking to break that 110, and then we can get that bigger move. I'm still looking for $1 even for some of those outs. It's been a fantastic morning this far. The market is down, but still positive, very slightly on the ES here, tracking at only up 0.1%. It's the NASDAQ that's down that 1%. A lot of the names that you're seeing slide down aggressively are going to be contained there, and that's that move. You're getting Tesla moving to the downside. You're seeing some weakness in the banks. I can't say it enough here. I hope some of you guys had that JPM trade at a 97. I think I have an idea of what I was doing wrong with my stop orders, putting a bad entry in there, but 97 was a fantastic break. Those banks, I mean, my best trade of the day is not crushing Boeing, and it's not crushing INO, it's not crushing SNDX. It's getting out of my JP Morgan long when it had the break at 98. 10-cent loser there. You can see it. Could have been absolute disaster. Sometimes your best trade is avoiding a loss. Brendan, what do you got for us?
A little pop here on BNGO, Bio-Nano-Genomics, not bingo. We've traded this one many times on the show before, but a nice little volume spike here coming in as we broke 40 cents there. Really hasn't done much over the past couple of days. Yeah, this thing's a penny stock once again. We were trading it way back when it was $4 or $5, but BNGO catching a bit of a bid here. Let's go over to the big screen and check in with Valeria.
Hello dear viewers, and welcome everyone who just joined our live trading show. Guys, I see a lot of comments that we are being very helpful for you, and I'm happy to hear that. That's why we do that. We are trying to encourage more people to do day trading and build a trading community. So I said to you that I will be picking a question every day and ask it directly to traders to be even more helpful. Well, Neil, could you please help Jamie and answer what does the imbalance mean to the traders? Neil?
That's a fantastic question. One of the things you'll see at the beginning of the show every day is Sean will go over the imbalance locator in the morning pre-market. There's three things you want to consider when it's the imbalance, and it's going to be the open, the close, and then anytime there's a halted stock, and a fourth one could be an IPO. All an imbalance is indicating is when you have an opening trade or a closing trade, it's going to be an auction. And inside of any auction, you have bids to buy and offers to sell. The imbalance is just the difference between those two things. So a buy imbalance means you have more bids that need to be satisfied going into that opening or closing auction than you have sells. And then you're going to have that sort of auction past 9:30 on New York. Sometimes it'll be a minute later or 2 minutes later. On the NASDAQ, it's always going to be right at 9:30. They have that opening auction. Same thing in Toronto, right at 9:30. Closing auctions can be very similar as well. It's a liquidity event. The imbalance is simply going to be the difference between the buy opportunity, the buy demand, and the selling demand as well, guys. So it's a supply and demand play. We care about it because it can signal to you where the market is going to trade a stock right at the open in terms of both direction and price. So if you already have some plays involved, and say if you were looking at maybe a Pfizer this morning, I'll give you an example. It was trading right at 39. If there was a massive sell imbalance, and you had a key level here at 39 on Pfizer, you might be thinking, maybe I'm not going to jump in front of that. Maybe I'm going to short it or just stay away from the longs because the sell demand is probably going to outweigh the supply and you could get a flush. It's something to put in your toolbox. You don't have to use it in your trades, but you'll hear us talk about it often, and that's what we mean by it. It's also important for those IPOs as well. You're going to see imbalances jump up when those begin to trade. Let's think of that like an opening auction when an IPO starts up.
Yeah, good look there, guys. And I just tweet out there at DJ Khaled, because guess what, guys? We got another one right here. Look at Beyond Meat. Look at this short. Bang, bang. We take it against ourselves. So we take 99.55s. Then we take 99.73s. And here it is again, guys. What a banger. Slap shot it out again as it just keeps going. What a fantastic day. I don't know what else to tell you guys, but this is another $1.70 winner. So I see it. We say, oh, Canada. Today we are located in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We love this place. I hope you guys love your country. Let us know where you're from, guys. We just keep banging out these winners here. Today, $98. Will you or will you not break? I don't know, but we may use this as our out spot, 98.67 here. But right now, Beyond Meat, just another one. Hit the sirens. Let's go, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Follow me on Twitter. Follow us all. We're crushing these markets. Big day here. Big day every day. Keep coming back. We love doing it for you. Here comes NSB right here at $98. So this is crashing down. This is $1.70. $1.70 now in the money. Here comes Beyond Meat. Let's see if it can't just keep going down. Arrows to the downside here. We're short 99.73. Again, you want to trade options, trade it with this trade right here. $99. Look at this short. Nice little $2 for you right here in about 10 minutes. Not bad. Let's go.
I'm still looking at this downward trend, and everything I have to the short side is in the money. I'm going to try another shot in here in NAT. Of course, we already took some profit and got almost bottom wick on that trade. So I'm going to load back into this one in front of 8 even. I'm not covering, look, I'm staying net short. I'm not covering anything until we get a break of that trend. NAT's going to be a re-entry for me. SNDX is looking like it's setting up for a re-entry as well. So we're going to jump into both those. IBIO continues to be a good trade for us in the money. I like Whiting Southside, but I want to get you guys back to Oxy. This was a gigantic flush. And I think when you get a move like this, one of the reasons why I'm confidently hanging on to Whiting for a bigger move was the ridiculous flush we had in Occidental here. It's now at 14.25. You're just seeing absolute abject disaster. I think we're going to follow suit in a lot of these names. That's why it's a good reason to make sure until this trend breaks, and I'm looking at the NASDAQ now to 1.4%. 2 seconds ago it was at 1%. You got to hang on to your shorts. I'm short SNDX, Whiting, NAT, IBIO, I don't really care. All of these ones, I'm probably looking for a pullback on Oxy if I can get into 14.50 to join that one to the party.
And guys, here we go. Fruit salad time. Here we go, guys. But look at this. Here's what we're talking about. DJ Khaled getting excited right here, guys. This is my Twitter. Follow me right here, and you'll be able to see some of these things. 97.78. We are now $2 in the money. Not only am I here for winners, but also entertainment, guys. Wow, here we go downside. This is a big trade. I don't know how we continue to do this every single day, but we are short 99.73 on Beyond Meat, and it just keeps going down. So downward move here. This is how we're doing it. Big time trades happening here today. Glad you're enjoying the show. Fruit salad time, baby. Energy, let's get it now. We are getting ready to go to the big screen, I think, with Valeria at some point here. We are ready. Let's go. Beyond Meat's still going down. Let's get it. It's another one, Valeria.
Thank you, Sean, and hey guys, welcome to European Update. Europe is in positive territory today. Britain is up 1.85%. Germany is up 1.37%. France is up 1.31%. Spain is up 1.01%. And Russia is up 1.48%. Some quick updates from Europe. UK government announced that it will pay $75,500 to families of health workers who died from coronavirus. Germany is experiencing a huge drop in employment levels. Employment barometer has dropped to 93.4 points in March, which is historic low. Ford expects to begin reopening its European plants. Carnival canceled its cruises and issued refunds. Company also asked investment banks such as JP Morgan to help to find from 4 to 6 billion in funds. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to guys.
It doesn't matter whether it's long or short. Nat's just going to give you the opportunities today. We just got another flush. I just told you guys why we like to hang on to these short opportunities. This is what it's about here. We reloaded 80s. And again, it's once it fails at $8. You can jump in front of 8 all you want. I think that's fine too if you did it. I waited till it came back down. We loaded back in. Just took some out at 760. It's about to break 750. Remember, this stock came from literally like $5 on a breakout just a few sessions ago. There's a lot of gap to fill if it takes out 750. I'm back into this one short side. I also told you a few seconds ago SNDX was going to give you a reload opportunity. Here it is back into VWAP again. So I reloaded when it failed at 19. We can slide our stop down. Our average price still working with this 1880 range to the short trade. I like to take some off now in front of 18 even. Hang on for the rest on a bigger flush. We're still headed southbound. We really haven't had any kind of a bounce in the market. We're in the money on Nat now, about 30 pennies. We're in the money on Whiting as well. That one's breaking below that 110 mark we like. We're in the money on SNDX to the south side. That one's in the money 50 cents, looking for a bigger move than that. It's all about the shorts this morning. And again, there were a couple ideas long, and those were basically, they came and went off of the open. Boeing was a great long. The story is the short, guys. You got to stick with the trend when it's working for you. No reason yet to cover.
Guys, if you like multiple dollar winners, say what's up in the chat, and I'll throw it out to you guys. Give a nice little what's up to you. The only position we have on, we'll show it right now, is this Beyond trade at 99.73 short. So there it is. It's a $2.40 winner for you right here. We're just going to hold that and chill out. I just want to know in the chat, guys, what is your favorite fruit in fruit salad here? You got watermelon. There's a little bit of cantaloupe here, strawberries, blueberries, pineapple, everything. Neil, what's your favorite?
You know what? I'm a kiwi guy. Fruit salad needs to have
kiwi, I think.
Fruit salad needs to have kiwi in it. It is one of my favorite fruits. It's just, look, it's fantastic. Peach can be good. I like to add some few things in there. I have fruit salad almost every day I can, but I did miss it today. I'll pick some up after lunch. Very good look. We eat very well here at tradertv.live. We're taken care of.
Yes, exactly. And we just get out there 98, so we take a $2 winner there clean and catapult ourselves flat. We're at the highest point of the day that we could possibly be at right now, so it's a fantastic trade. Wow, look at Square though, guys. Square just keeps falling down as well. We had this one. This was another one for you guys right here. Square, this is a $2 winner. Look, short, 93, 63. 25.
Yeah.
Out 61, $2 winner right there. Could have had more though. What's up, Neil?
Sean, no, I was just sort of mentioning that we keep talking about the futures here, but we got to know we're trying to bounce on the NASDAQ off of 8,700, and we just bounced off 28.55, and Arun gave a level of 28.65, so I feel like if there's going to be a bounce, we get back through that one, that could be good things for the market in terms of, if you want it to go up. I'm short, so of course I want it to go down, but here's this 37.70 area on Pfizer. If we take out 28.65 and are bouncing upside and we're above that price, I guess I'm going to be in a long trade before lunchtime, and it'll be Pfizer through that level. So, Brendan, what do you got for us?
A little ADR here, guys, for STM semiconductors. You can go over to Europe, obviously trade it, and on pretty much any European market. STM here in New York, though, 3% still to the upside. Just broke this pivot, 26.65 on a huge volume spike, moving southbound with the overall market. They announced early on this morning they're teaming up with Huawei to develop their next mobile device chips for Huawei, guys.
Nice Huawei. Nice.
So
Huawei.
I want to give you guys an idea of what we're working with here for a structured trade. An SNDX, of course, it's a high flyer up 60%. I wait for it to consolidate back down. We enter every single time below this 19 mark. Now that we've taken profit at the bottom end of this range, and it's a nice, sort of 60-cent win for some of our shares here, you can slide your stop down here. So what I want to do is go from that 19.50 mark. Now you're looking at about 19 even as you're out. And it's a tighter stop. We're short here at 70s. Our average price was actually 79. So you're risking about 25 pennies, but you've already made 60, and you're still looking for a flush down to 17 even, so your upside is still $1.50. This is what you do when you're working into the money. One thing you can do with that is then double up, add more shares in the 1870 range, so you can have more on while risking still the same amount or less. So that's the change in structure for me over there. I haven't talked about whiting in a while. Mostly that is because, it's going to be a slow grind downside. If I see it do some consolidation, maybe I can add to the position. Otherwise, I want 106 as my next out. I want 102, 103 in front of one even as my next out after that. I want that 10% return that we always shoot for in whiting. Yes, we already got it once, but I'm greedy. I want it again.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching the show here. 1,100 now watching.
Giddy up.
Yeah, let's keep going, guys. We need some more subs. We want to start selling you some merch, including fruit salad cups. No, I don't know about that fruit salad thing. Water bottles, coffee cups, and whatnot. As we have these Trader TV Live mugs right here, so they're pretty nice. Oh, you want to go to this side here? This one's worn down. Yours will, of course, be fully functional and nice.
Unless you want a game worn down Trader TV mug, I think they're cooler. It means that we were basically they've been in use for a while. We've been here a while. I love them. We need our coffee. As you guys can see, it's an exciting market for us. One last one, I didn't talk to you guys about IBIO, so let's get back over to this one. And it's going to be one of those situations where it's a sleepy trade. It needs to break through $1.27. I could be taking profit out. We've loaded a couple of times in front of VWAP here, but I want to see it retest the low. When you're in the money on successful shorts here, I think the opportunity is, unless the trend breaks, I want to see if we can hang on to a few of them. And speaking of trend breaking, there's that 28.65 level. Here is Pfizer trying to get off the bottom. This is me taking the long right here in front of VWAP. I'll add to it if we get a move down to that 37.50, but we're taking a shot at a long. Call me crazy. At some point, it feels like, mentioning this to Kevin, it feels like around 11 o'clock, I'm always looking for a reversal play, but I've sort of been beating this horse over and over again in Pfizer. Call it a bias in a safer end stock, but it sort of resisted a lot of this move downside in the last little bit, making a nice little base. I'll start this one at 88. I think we can add to this one in the 60-70 range that we mentioned before. If it breaks VWAP, fantastic. I'm not going to think it's going to go all the way to 39. That's probably a pipe dream, but if you can cash 30 to 50 cents on Pfizer, fantastic trade.
Oh, call you crazy. Okay, Neil, you're so crazy taking Pfizer. Wow, that's a crazy spot there. Yeah, Microsoft, we're going to wait for 171.50. Neil is loco, guys. So we'll put him, hit a home run there for Neil, hopefully on Pfizer there. 171.51 there on Microsoft. And yes, just so to confirm Neil's insanity here, I do like Pfizer as well. You're coming right up to VWAP here. Beautiful little play off this. 37.92. I'll probably wait until we break through 38. to take this name, but I told you today that Pfizer was going to be nothing for me, so I haven't traded it yet, but good little look there for the crazy man, Neil. What's up, Brandon?
Tech resources, guys. We mentioned this one earlier. Just noticed we did break that high again, 765. Nice little volume spike there. Tech, they updated their current quarter guidance higher than expected, so still moving higher, guys.
Thank you very much, Brendan. I'm looking for, you get this little bounce here, and it's going to give me an opportunity to reload into NAT. So same thing we're doing before. If it starts to roll over, this time it looks like it wants to fail at 780. Our last entry price was 82. Once it starts to go back down, we'll slide back into some more shares, maintaining a sort of that short bias and that short position on each one of these spikes. You can try to catch top wick if that's your name, that's the name of your game. That's not it for me. I want to see it already start to turn, then I'm adding back into them, and then I'm going to take it out in front of each successive low, continuing to maintain a short overall trade. Yeah, my first trade was a long, but that's long gone and done here. Now we're back below 770. I'm going to jump back into some more shares of NAT now that it's slid back down. So there we go. The other short that we have on is SNDX. I gave this one to you, talked to you guys about the structure. It has yet to break back below that 18 mark when we first took profit. Once we do that, we're looking for 70 to 80 cents beyond that in front of 17 even for a much, much bigger win than we got on the first half, which was the 60 center right there. NAT, also SNDX, Whiting we're still hanging on to, and now the long in Pfizer through 37.88. We'll add to that one if it gets down to that 60 to 70 range.
Yeah, okay. People asking, yeah, Pfizer. I mean, we love Pfizer. I'm going to look at Merck in a minute here. Microsoft has been my number one stock. Beyond Meat probably for last year was my number one stock. You guys all saw what Beyond Meat did, and then you also have some of the cannabis names as well were big ones. But 170, 150, this is the target spot here on Microsoft that I'm talking about. Needs to get there first before we go long. I am not long right now. I'm actually flat right now. So as the hands go, all the trades we've been making today, we use our hands for that. If you guys want to guess how many fills I've had today, and again, when we're talking about fills, look at this Macy's trade here. This is really just two trades. Long in here all the way up, but we took 3 fills to get our proper position long before hammering it to the upside. And then there's a quick little short. Should have held on to that one as well. But if you look at Macy's here, this is probably like 20 fills. So why don't you guys guess? I've traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 symbols here today. Guess how many fills, and winner gets a shout out from Valeria. So it's not prices right here. You can go over, under, whatever you want. Spin the wheel on how many fills today, guys, for yours truly.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the guys mentioning here, Oxy, yeah, we're looking back at that one because that 15 mark was so good. Once it starts to roll over, I'm going to jump into the short in front of it. It looks like it could be right here at 14.85. I'm picking Oxy to reload over Whiting. I'm not in Oxy right now. Whiting, I still have half my position here from that 16 to 17 short that we had earlier, so no need to jump back until about 20, but I will jump into Occidental. If we can roll over on this one, look, you get halfway back, that's 14.50. I love that return. So starting that position in front of 15 even, we got some shares there, so we got 82. I think it's a decent place to start adding in. If we get some in the mid 80s, even better. But if it doesn't happen, that means it's just going in the money for us. Good time to put on the position board for you guys because I have a few things on right now, so we're going to update it for you. IBIO still shorted $1.31. That's just flat. We got in the money about 5 pennies on that one. I'm looking for 10. Nat, we're still back into that short at 75. That's in the money for us as well. We got Oxy. We just put that one on at 82s, 14.82. Pfizer long at 37.88. That's a starter. SNDX still short at 18.71. That's in the money for us, about 40 cents. We took 60 already. And Whiting is back to flat, but I'm not adding to that one until it gets to 20s as well.
Okay, well, we're ready. Valeria knows who won, so we're going to throw to Valeria on the chat. Look, guys, that question brought all those, so that is absolutely fantastic. 1,100, wow, IBN there. No, not that many. We'll get to that in a minute. InfraCap Funds coming on board here. We have Jay Hatfield, CEO and Portfolio Manager of Infrastructure Capital Advisors. So as you guys can see here, his website up here, Infra Capital Advisors. So we have Jay Hatfield coming through very, very soon with Brendan at 11:50 to talk ETFs, REITs, how those are all built and whatnot. Brendan has some great little questions there. The mechanics of ETFs, management fees and whatnot. If you have any questions about that, throw those down, man. Yes, but yeah, right now I'm flat. I'm going to look for another banger for you guys. We've had multiple dollar winners today. Tesla, we can review that right now as well. Yeah, here's our Tesla trade. Good thing we dumped those longs, guys. Bang, bang, right there. That's just our little last out there. Square, monster winner on Square. Again, all these shorts, you could have held them. This is what we're talking about when you talk about option ability on accounts, guys. You want to be able, yeah, I got that, Rob. You want to be able to short these stocks. You could play options because right here, this is a $2, $3 winner on this name. Beyond Meat has been destroyed a couple times here. 103 and change all the way up. That's a clean dollar. This is a $2 winner. That's $3. That's $2 down there. Sorry. This is a dollar. That's $2. So a lot of different stocks here with a lot of big winners. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Hit like, hit subscribe. What up, V?
Shout out to Brad Knight. He guessed 178 and it's 172. Good job, you're the best. That's it, back to traders.
At Brad Knight. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Valeria, there we go. At Brad Knight, there you go. Good guess there. Yeah, 172. Phils. I think Brad said 176. Shout out to Joseph as well. At 178. Yeah, that was pretty fun. So we do that. We have fruit salad. We have a lot of different things happening. The reason why I'm not trading too much now, it's 11:15. We're already throwing that money around today. I am going to find some more shares and trades for you as the market is coming back to the top side here. I did like one of those names Neil was talking about. It was Pfizer. For the long side here on that break. Let's check out what that's done here. Still at that same spot. So we are actually waiting for a 38 break. And then, oh yeah, the other name was Microsoft as well, waiting for that one. I'm going to go over and look at Roku. Microsoft needs to get up here 171.50, guys.
Yeah, we just got a break of that 18 level on SNDX. So this is what you wanted to see here, guys. This is why you loaded back into these shares, or at least I did, mentioning why we did do that. You get that flush through VWAP. It's now held it for about 15 minutes now. I'd like to see us trade down below that 1750 mark. Yeah, we're being a little bit greedy here, but remember, we're playing with house money. You've already taken some profits, about a 60-cent win on it. So when we look for about $1.50, I think that's perfectly reasonable, especially when you look at the action this morning. A pivot area through about 17.15. I think that's a reasonable target here. If you wanted to, you could slide your stop to break even to make sure that you lock in profit. We're already up, so I don't have to do that. But I do believe we have Valeria at the big screen.
Hey guys, welcome to In Focus. Quick news updates in case you've missed. The Los Angeles Lakers applied and received $4.6 million in federal loans for small businesses affected by coronavirus. Though later, Lakers returned money back after learning that small business federal paycheck protection program is running out of cash due to a very high demand. Streaming services have seen a subscriber growth due to pandemic, but also many people are now visiting websites with pirated movies. According to firm tracing piracy, there was a 43% spike in Americans for the last 7 days of March visiting those type of websites. Also, if we'll take a global look, Italy is on the first place with 66% spike. Many small businesses are going to reopen as some states are lifting the restrictions. Though we'll have to follow new health guidance, the workers will have to wear masks and keep customers 6 feet away from each other. Even though that there is a green light for small businesses to reopen, not everyone is going to do so due to health concerns. And also, for example, some states like San Francisco extended lockdown through the May. That's all for today. Stay healthy and stay in focus. Back to guys.
Yeah. Stay healthy. Okay, here we go. Microsoft now to the downside here. We are now short here, breaking through 170.50. We are now short. You do see us get into that position right here. So I get elevated. We go from relaxed to let's get going here as the future's now making a move to the downside here. We are short 170.47 here. It goes all the way down to 29. We'll see what we can get on Microsoft though. This is a small position. I did prefer the long as I pull this thing back. I apologize for some of these wicks on these candles, making it nearly impossible for me to break this down for you to the longer side, but we are short Microsoft right now 170.47. You can take it right now. It just went against me, so we'll wait to see if this one wants to come back down. We may take some out at the quarter, probably take out a third here if we can for 25 cents, wait for 170 even, and then see if this market wants to continue to go down. But noticing Microsoft down 2% and the ES only down 0.2, so we're shorting a stock that is relatively weak today, so I do like that one. Again, it's not a big position. We're going to give it to 171.50 50 back up here. I already gave you that little call. So this could be a decent loser, but I do believe in the short here as the futures have broken through. I gave you this 28.80 level, and look what happened when it went right through it. Just like Swiss cheese. Forget about Arun. Great call by Arun, but 28.80, we talked about that a lot today. There was a 30 handle winner that we gave you. So not only are we trading equities, but there it is, guys. If you're trading futures, I gave you this 28.80 level, drop down 30 straight handles. Booyah.
Yeah, I'm looking over here at a timber action on NAT. Like I said, it's been a strong stock, but the short action has been the play. Been doing that ever since it broke 8 even. It's looking like it's trying to form a base. 750 one time, now 760. So I will take some profit off in front of that 60 mark. Look if we can continue to play that. 80 is my new out. Before I had 8 as an out, 790. Now we're going to have 780 as our out. So I'll be adding in front of that with a stop in front of 780, playing this trend. Every time I get out, I allow myself the opportunity to get back in and continuously play that short trend. We do have a long position on. That's going to be, of course, Pfizer. Even though the market is sliding back down, it's going to try to retest that low. You know, Pfizer's hanging around here around VWAP, so we're still long at 37.88. It's out of the money 10 cents, but I did mention you got to give this one to 50s. I do think once you break above that 38 mark, you can get some decent profitability on Pfizer. It's made a double bottom here. Well, triple, quadruple, whatever you want to call it. I think it's more like a double bottom off the low. Once you hold that 37.50 mark, I think we'll be fine. But I am loaded up short. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shorts, only to the one long. Pfizer's made a decent enough play for me to go into that long, but the trend is south side, so we'll hang on to all of our shorts here. I have not covered completely any of the 5 shorts that we've had on this entire time. I don't have a reason to yet, so we're going to stick with the trend.
I just spilled coffee everywhere, so yeah.
No, that's quite all right, Sean.
It's actually okay.
Oh, there you go. It's not too bad.
No, we're trying to average more Microsoft right here at 170.70. That's right where it ticked off 75. So we're gonna wait to see. Darn it! I mean, we missed that one. 170.70. I like that average in, and then you can use. I'm kind of using 170.90, maybe 171 here as 171.10 as a little bit of an out, and then our big out will be up here 171.50 if it does go against us. 171.10 on the look right now. Are we ready for Brendan? I thought I might have heard. No, we are not. Okay, so let's just keep on going. So I do like this softy to the short side. Again, welcome everybody. Thanks for all the subscriptions today. We would like a little bit more if we can. We need to get to that 10K. I see everybody wants more. Valeria, we'll do our best. She's going to come soon with European. We'll be closing soon. The European markets, again, we trade over 63 markets, and we do have big guests coming up at 11:50. I just showed you the website there, so stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter, and Instagram, Sean, everywhere.
We don't just trade all those markets a day trader. Well, there's profitability to be had in all of them. I mean, even just yesterday, I'll show you that in London, look, the top trader by market, someone pulled 12,000 out of London. The biggest number in New York, which you see us trade a lot here, was 8,000, and NASDAQ was 7,800. So it does go to show that there's ample opportunity across the board in these markets. You know, we have the ability to trade all of them here. You do see us focus very heavily on the U.S. markets. Whoever said that they were going to load back into Whiting at $1.16 when I said I'm waiting for $1.20. Yeah, congratulations to you. That was obviously a good spot here. If it takes that 110 again, I'll probably look to take some out in the 107, 108 mark. I am being a little bit greedy here, but we've already taken a lot of profitability on that 121 and 117 short. We'll look to do so again if we get a further flush. So Whiting's been a good one south side. SNDX hangs around that 18 mark, which is fantastic for us. You know, the longer it fails to break back above VWAP, once it flushes through this, I mean, it's consolidating here nicely, and we're in the money, which is good on this retrace. If it breaks and holds below any longer than this, I think we're going to get that 17.25 to 30 target, which will give us that $1.20 win that we're looking for. Check that, sorry, a $1.50 win that we've been waiting for this entire time.
OXY heading to the upside. That's that $15 mark. Yeah, good look on that one. For WLL, I was waiting for that 117, 118 break, but I don't know. We're not going to get anything on that one right now. Shout out to Cameron. Hit the fireworks there. Yeah, we are going to make sure they have lids. Probably not, but we'll see about that one. Attention to our merch department. Get the cups with lids on. So the only position we have right now is Microsoft. A couple of average-ins here. Let's see what happens. Of course, this is what happens. You go short a big name like Mr. Softy, and the market goes up, you're going to lose. So we're going to have to wait to see. This 28.70 break should coincide with my bigger long 171.50 on that one. So we will get out a little bit of our trade rate here. There it is. We get out of some of that short. That's a loser. So we go arrow down on that Mr. Softy trade. What's up, Ms. V? Brendan, what up, Brendan?
A little medical equipment maker, guys. RTIX here, 40% to the upside. We broke back below 3 there on a huge volume spike down to 280. Holding at that point, they announced this morning they've sold a portion of their business to focus on a separate one. So investors obviously like that news. RTIX, all kinds of relative volume here, guys.
Thank you very much, Brendan. Testing that 38 mark is going to be Pfizer here. We still have our lonely and solitary long, but no longer. There goes 780 on NAT. So I told you guys that this one looked like it was stalling out at that 780 mark, and we were going to have that as our new out, and we've reversed into the long trade at that 780. So let's see if this one can get back to VWAP. The market's trying to make a bit of a bottom here. So we went from 5 shorts and 1 lonely long to 4 to 2. So the tides may be turning. We're long here on NAT as well at 782. I do believe I heard that Valeria has something for us.
Yes, Neil. Hello, dear viewers, and welcome everyone who just joined us. Well, we were playing with Sean a guessing game on the chat, and Brent Knight, who was the closest, said, so okay, I won, so what now? Are you going to send me a mug, a cup with a signature? Well, guys, we would love to do that, but we can't because we need to reach 10,000 subscribers in order to be able to make merch for you. So please subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, and hit the thumbs up if you're being helpful and entertaining. I'll see you later.
Yeah,
Yes.
get that thumbs up here. I'm also back into NAT right now, so a lot of shares here. We'll see. Here we go, if this can get going here. We're long at 88. I know Neil's got a better one here, but we're going to wait to see. We've destroyed NAT today. NAT, it actually is one of my top stocks today for sure. Macy's, I think, is number 1, but here we go. NAT to the upside here. We got the shares on, and now it goes to the upside. Already making more on this one than we lost on that softie, but let's see if we can't get out some at 94, 95 off this 88 long. If it does drop back down, though, we're going to get out 760 and change, but here we go. NAT to the upside, guys.
SNDX just again tried to flush through. It was about $1.20 in the money, and it's bouncing off 1766 here. And look, support comes in all forms. You can look at the level 2. There's not like there's a big buyer down there, but every time it ticks down, I'm seeing a lot of dark pools fill there. So I'm seeing a support level that needs to get taken out. Once it does, regardless of how far it goes, yes, I want 17.25. If it goes 30 cents and turns around, I'll take it out. If it goes 40, 50 cents and gives me my out, that's fine. But I got to watch. When this flushes, however far it goes and decides to stall, that's going to be my out. The other thing I will do once 1760 breaks is any move down more than 25 cents, that will become my new stop about 1770. So make sure we lock in that dollar profit. The other thing you can do here, which I'm going to do now, is move my stop from 19 even to this top end range, 1860 here. Now we're guaranteed to be profitable. The more it goes in the money for me, I like to slide those stops to ensure that when you're going with the trend, you don't turn a winning trade into a loser. Brendan, what do you got for us?
This one a little bit earlier, guys. UPS 5% now to the downside after earnings came in, lower than expected, to say the least. We're right at 97 here. We're coming back to 97 with support once, support off the open as well. Let's see what happens here. A little bit of a consolidation on UPS, guys.
Okay, so we're back into Microsoft long now. So this is the trade that we wanted. 171.40 we're long here on Microsoft. We're at 171.50 and continuing to go upside. We did get out of our short, so we lose on the short, so we'll hit the side on that one. But now we reverse to the long and have a decent profitable spot here. And look at this one, guaranteed right there. NAT, if you know that I'm getting in the name, then you might have a decent shot. Up to $8 here. We're long at 788. I know Neil's got it longer. We hit it for decent shares here. 788. I'm going to try to get some out at 99 here. No, I already did get some out at 99. All right, if we break through $8, then up and away. NAT for the win once again. We're just piling on today. The money just is piling up here for us. I'll try to find that money piling thing if I can.
I'm going to hold on to NAT, guys. I think you want to let this one get to VWAP. It's been so strong lately that I feel like, yeah, we can take some profits on it, but let's see what happens if it can take out that 18.15 to 18.20 range. I think you have home run potential to that 850. Where it got to last time. So I think it's worth a hold, especially if you've already taken profit. The market's trying to turn here, so some of these long reversals could be huge. Look, the ES is positive on the day. As much as we just dropped off, we're still up on the session, so these longs could be great.
Yeah, go Softy. Here goes Softy. A quick little 20 penny winner, or 30 penny winner on Softy. As we're getting to the upside here, this is that trade I talked about, 147.42, 171.42, sorry, going into the 60s, into the 70s. I had an order up here at 73. Unfortunately, I don't know why I decided to go short here. I just thought the market was going to fade back down here. We'll see if we can't run to 28.80, but a nice little winner. We make everything back and more on this Microsoft trade. Like I said, this was the trade that we wanted. So we put more capital, more risk into this one as Microsoft going to the top side here. I actually traded 10 times the amount of shares that I did that first time than on that first time. So here we go, Microsoft to the top side. Let's go. Was that Brennan or Valeria?
I think it was Brennan.
Throw it.
Farfetch, guys, another one having a nice day here. Just about to take the highs of the day, 1260 here on FTCH. They announced a huge offering aftermarket yesterday. Did gap down slightly on that news, but right back to the upside. Very strong yesterday. This thing had a huge move midday all the way up to above 13 yesterday, guys.
I'm going to go with, I don't know, we'll call it the disco ball. We wait on that Pfizer, it breaks view up. First out for a quarter there is going to be out once it breaks 38. We took it out at 03. It never gave me the reload down in the 37.60 range, which is fine. Like I always say to you guys, it just means it went in the money for you right away. So we're going to work this trade, as I mentioned, when we took it all the way up to that 38.50 target that we like. I think if the futures can go even halfway back, it's a good spot there in Pfizer. That long trade is working for us. I'm going to give you the position board update because we've added a long trade and we're taking off a little bit of our shorts as well, guys. So we've got Pfizer long at 37.88. That's in the money for us. We've got NAT still long at 7.82. We need that to break 8 and get to that VWAP for a target. IBIO short at 131 is still in the money as well, so we'll hang on to that one. SNDX is in the money $1 at 18.71. Whiting still in the money somehow at 116, despite the fact that it flushed to 110 and came all the way back. And of course, Oxy. Got that one at 87. Hard stop at 15 even, as some of you guys have mentioned. Big level there.
Just a little fruit salad update here. We only have a couple pineapples left and blueberries.
Save the pineapple for last. You one of those two as well, Sean?
No, well, I'm almost done, but I don't mind pineapple. I think if you have too much of it, then I don't know. Yeah,
did you say too much pineapple? You know what? Okay, fair enough.
Too much pineapple sucks.
You can get better pineapple if it's in season in other places in the world, so it's not always the best here.
You mean it's not in season here in Canada, pineapple? Okay, guys.
You don't say, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, but pineapple's too acidic. You can't. I find you can't have too much of it.
Fair.
But okay, 171. We are going to the upside here on Softy. So let's see what this can do. 171.70 is my. Well, I have 171.73 here. This is going to be a big winner right now for us. Let's see if it can keep going. NAT taken out a bunch of times here. We're long at 88. We're just scalping this out at 8. Look, I'm trying to hold some. We still have, what is it, 30% left or so of NAT as we look to break through $8. I'm going to hold the rest if it breaks through 8. If not, we're going to get out here. I mean, I'm not going to hold this one through 780. It's been a big winner regardless. So we catapult our net, and right now we're just adding on to already successful trades. We just need Microsoft to go. If these futures can get back to 28.80, that's a level that I like. And just to top off the day, the only loser I have today is that Smile Direct. So I could go back and look at it.
You too?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, we lost on that one. Let's go back and look at SDC. SDC right now, NQ, yeah, 640. I mean, the problem with Smile Direct, it didn't really move. I mean, we had a big move off the open here. You guys can see yesterday 536 up to 7 and change. It didn't even come close to sniffing 7 at all again. And that's a mistake there that I think we both probably made, thinking that it was either going to go down to 6 or back up to 7. It's really just been sleepy time here. So I'm going to hit the sleepy if I can find it there. No, that's case closed. Oh, we can hit this case closed. Here's sleepy in lovely Toronto. Anybody know the name of that tower? Put it there on the chat.
That's low-hanging
and you will
fruit
win
right there.
nothing, okay?
Well, how about you can win, I don't know, like an autographed, I don't know, like mug or whatever you might call it. But we can't do it until we get to that 10,000. We keep talking about it. If you can, if you haven't done that, hit that subscribe. That Oxy, that is not pulling us to sleep. However, I should have noted here when we got out at 1470 that maybe that out, which was bottom wick of that move, was telling you there's a bit of an upward band being formed. So I'll probably, if we dip down to VWAP again, take some more shares out. It really looks like we want to test that 15. And the first break of 15, look, it gave you an opportunity to get out for a short scalp. I then tried reloading at 90. We got in at 93 and ended up taking that up for a very tight stop at 88. It's now, a short trade for me, but once that goes 15 even, this is a secondary long test at the lows. That's even better. I think someone got it there. Someone saying, there you go, Dustin. I think you said there, CN Tower, you are the winner. SNDX is the winner for me. It's now $1 in the money, and now that we've taken out this 1760 mark, like I mentioned, My stop is going to slide to 18 even, so it went from break even to now locking in 70 cents. We already took 60 off it. Still $1.50 is my target overall in SNDX. That hasn't moved, but my stop, we trail it, has moved down as we've gotten more and more profitable. It's getting close to 11.35, and I guess that means European close with Valeria.
Hey guys, welcome to the European close. Europe closed in positive territory. Let me update you on the numbers. Britain is up 1.85%, Germany is up 1.37%, France is up 1.31%, Spain is up 1.01%, and Russia is up 1.48%. Europe is closed for today, and I'll keep you updated tomorrow. Back to guys.
Thank you very much. I'll go with, I don't know, we'll drop fireworks. I haven't hit it, so, oh, I hit lift accidentally. No, I meant to hit the fireworks, guys. Look, we'll throw them on right now. Pfizer continuing its slow grind to the upside. We're hanging out above that 38 mark. I like to take profit here, at least on some of it, because I do believe there's a fantastic opportunity for us to reload if it gets back down to 38. So any pullbacks, I'm going to long around the same price if we can get it. Otherwise, nice upward trend. Still have half my position left. Oxy is about to test that 15 mark. That's a reversal long. I think 15 was such a big level before. We will try it one more time. It didn't go very far the first time. Hopefully the second time is a charm. Brendan, what do you got?
A little volume alert if you like the penny stocks. Little one, ZOM, little pharmaceutical name, up 12% now. Look at the volume coming into this thing. Huge buyers stepping up, taking this thing from 16 cents up above 18 cents. If you're into the penny stocks, have a look at ZOM, guys.
I think I just got the ugliest. Oh, you know what? That's not what I did. Yeah, it's not often that you can hit a dollar win and not be too happy with yourself. So it looks like in some way that I got out of SNDX instead of putting a trailing stop in, or there was maybe a bad little candle or something that triggered me. It didn't look like it traded above 18 there. Maybe it just barely wicked above, but I got out at 80s, so that's going to end up being, it's a decent trade. Look, we're going to take 60 cents on the first half. We're going to take out, overall, we've taken $1.60 there, so it was a dollar win and a 60-cent win. It's a nice trend. I still will think that it could flush even further. If it retests that 1950 mark, I think maybe you could jump back into it again. Otherwise, we'll just sort of be patient and look for move upside. If it didn't stop me out 5 minutes ago or a couple of minutes ago, looks like it would have done it here anyway. So nice trade on SNDX. If you waited for VWAP, it's still a winner for you. I like to get in before that. You can see I did a couple of times on the way down as opposed to waiting for the breakout.
And here goes NAT, guys. Look at this. We hit the reloaded on this one. Oh, shoot, I just saw it. How do I go back? There it is, reloaded. I'm not going to ask what movie that's from. I always ask every day. Down here, guys, 87 in, and then in again at 85. We just took some profits out there at 95. You're now at 97, 98. So this is how you just keep the wheel going, guys, and make that money on NAT. Just take more shares, put more money in our pockets, and just simply move on. Microsoft is a 23 penny winner right now. Not really moving around. If these futures get to 28.80, watch out and we get accelerated back up here. I'm waiting at 171.90 and change. So we're almost there, guys. See if we can't take a clean 40 cents on that one. It's already a cowbell winner for 30 cents, but we do need a little bit more. Hopefully, we don't need it. We're already capped off our day quite nicely here, believe me or not. But here we go, 171.74. I may take some out. I have about 40% left of this big position here at 171.40. So we messed up going short early. We reversed to the long, and now we capture everything back and more on this long trade.
Yeah, and I'm just sort of mentioning here, I'm going to tweet out that SNDX. One of the reasons why you put a trail in as well, you're getting a bounce in the market ultimately, and we're talking about this in the ES off that 28.55, back through a room 28.65 level. So you want to make sure you take profits on your shorts. And I've had shorts the entire way down. We reversed long in NAT, we went long in Pfizer, and we're taking off some of those shorts to make sure we capture profits. You never want to turn winning trades into losers. One of those shorts might not care too much what's happening in the market. That's going to be that IBIO. It's a retracement play. It's getting very sleepy, but I do like the fact that we loaded up here in front of that VWAP, never really even getting 135 right at VWAP. It still did test that low. I'm still looking for it to break 122. Ultimately, that would be my, my fantastic breakdown point. And I want to make sure I have shares on. So as much as I would take, 10 cents on a dollar stock, I will hang on to at least a quarter of that position for the bigger move down. It was a 91 cent stock yesterday. You talk about cutting half of that from here, that's still a good 15 cent win, maybe call it even 20. That's a great return. So you want to hang on for that home run trade for at least a little bit of your position, especially when it hasn't broken the trend. And this one is still in a clean, slow downward trend, especially if it takes out 122. Please have some shares on board to allow for that move to happen. Brendan, what do you got?
Restaurant chain in the U.S., Chico's here. CHS up 18.25%. Had to double check that for a second. CHS, they announced plans to reopen some of their stores across the U.S. coming up in May. So nice look for CHS today, guys.
Chico's, yeah, I don't know much about them, but we can check out McDonald's here. MCD, I don't know what they're doing, but this was again almost like a V-shaped recovery in this stock. Oh, not like that. That's pure V right there. 188 and change, guys. We are getting close to having our guest on board today. It's going to be again a big one from Infrastructure Capital Advisors, J.D. Hatfield, founder and CEO, portfolio manager as well. So we're really excited to talk everything ETFs with Brendan, REITs and whatnot, management fees. If you have any questions for him, put them through our chat and we'll see if we can't get them. I know Brendan has a bunch lined up, so we're really excited to have Jay Hatfield on board with us today at 11:50. So that's 10 minutes away. But
while that happens, Sean, timber action. The market's not going back down, but once again, that 15 on Oxy seems to hold pretty well. I added back in at the 90s. They're actually taking these shares. You can see here at 94. Just got some out in front of VWAP, like I mentioned. It's bounced off VWAP a couple of times, so to take off a third makes sense to me. We'll take a few more shares off at 70. You can still see my original target down at 63 is still sitting here. So if it gets there, that'll be the rest of that out here. It's that 15 level, which was so good, and I think could still be a breakout at some point. We're going to use it as resistant and short in front of it until it goes. So Oxy continuing to work for us. Whiting has fallen asleep. Occidental much better for this short play. It's at least moving a little bit as the market does try to roll over here back to the south side.
Sorry. It's we had it written down wrong here. It's InfraCap Fund. So we showed their website. We have Jay Hatfield up soon, and we'll talk all about that. Look at this NAT, guys. This is why you rinse and repeat a couple times. He gets there at 94. Now we wait to see. It does break through 8, goes up to 805. We didn't take any out there, but we're just cashing in as we go. Hit the cowbells for NAT, guys. Again, we talked about that stock a bunch of times today. Nordic American tankers. With what's happening in oil, you definitely get a little bump to some of these as people got to find storage for oil. And here's oil right here as we look again on the day down this 7.8%. Crude falling off 1360 up here. Let me put on my little arrow here. Up here as a high 1362. Now dropping back down. Watch out for crude. I don't really see any key levels here too much. I mean, I gave you 2880 on the S&P. That's been big. Maybe 1150 here on crude as we bounced around here and bounced around here. Now the bottom is right at about 1150 actually right now. So I would say if you're trading anything in that space, I've stayed away today, which is surprising. I crushed XOM yesterday, so we're a little surprised I didn't trade that today, but there's just been so many names today. And once again, this is another profitable day. I don't know how many days it's been in a row, but it's been a good one for me once again. Hope you guys can all join us back later on. And I actually did see, it was brought out to one of our traders, Yahoo Finance only had like 2,000 people watching at the same time that we had like 1,500 watching or something today. So big shout out to all the teams here as we hit fireworks. Thank you to Rob and Lucas on the production side. Thank you to Valeria and everybody working hard on the back end.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sean, as you mentioned there with the oil futures contract, I'm going to start watching as well. And I mentioned this a bit earlier. You got to watch that July and August contract as well. And July's flat on the day with the double bottom at 1780. So if you catch a bounce here, I do have a couple of shorts on. You can break forward on this contract, which a lot of USO was rolling into that as well, and it's about the future. We talked about those sort of demand issues and how the current contract is just sort of free falling once again, and then the forward one could be a little more indicative for some of these names. So if we get a bounce back up through 18, I think we could look to get that fantastic break on Oxy. That's why I'm taking profit a little bit shy of what could be a huge flush. And if bounce off VWAP, look, we're holding the top end of the range. And I think that forward contract holding the bottom could be a piece of that story over here in both Oxy and Whiting. So if you see that hold and you like that XOM, I think that's a good play there to the long side.
Yeah, XOM is normally a name that I'm looking at as well, but not today for some reason. Okay, NAT, Microsoft, right now are the names that we're looking at for you guys. We're also looking at, I mean, Fannie Mae's doing a little bit of size, a little bit of trading here on the pink sheets. I do have GBTC. I just shorted a little bit here at this level. We're going to see if it does come back down here. This is a Bitcoin ETF. Shout out to Jeff Mendel, who was on our show yesterday. Also, they have Fannie Mae as well. You could trade that 174, 173. You might see this is just a slower style, nothing actually happening today. I just want to call this one up. But right now, Microsoft is the name of the game right here. As we're looking at this stock, we've gotten out of pretty much everything. We're very, very light now. We're talking about 5% of our position left. So Microsoft, big winner. We did take a shot on the short. We lost. Then we go long. I told you 10 times, literally. No, it wasn't 10 times, 5 times the shares here at 171.50 to cash that out. So nice little trading happening on Softy, guys.
Yeah, one of the reasons I take some shares out on Pfizer is when you're counter trend, you want to take profits on the way back up. If we can hold VWAP here, then maybe get back up to the 38.05 to 38.10 mark, then I would add back in. But I'm not going to reload on the way down. I want to see it base out somewhere, whether it's going to be 37.70, that was sort of the original level we're working off of, or it's going to be VWAP. Either one of those consolidation points I think is a good place to add back into our shares. Want to see it consolidate first. I don't mind giving up 5 or 10 cents to ensure that we're catching it in the right direction here. So that's what we're going to do with Pfizer. We did get half out on the way up. We are looking to add back into those shares in our long position. NAT I'm still hanging on to. I want that break of 8. I want that move up into VWAP here. That's the sort of thing we're paying attention to. If it can maybe break down to 780, however, hold that bottom, I would probably add to that long as well, jumping back into both of them, as my shorts are basically back to break even, especially Oxy. Like I said, if we can take up that 15 mark, I think you've got to take a shot at it long. It's such a big level. Failure the first time, I'm not sure it's going to fail the second time. We'll be jumping into that one once we get that 15 break. We're not that far away from our guest of the day. Make sure you tune in for that. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to throw them into the chat. We'll do our best to get them live. Brendan's an absolute pro when it comes to that.
Yeah, when it comes to everything, I think, for Brendan, and thank God he's part of our team, and I hope you guys like it as well. Valeria, I mean, I gave shout outs to everybody before, so let's not do that again. Okay, Square right now, we keep getting asked about Tesla. Yeah, I mean, Tesla was a great stock for me today. Hit it and quit it, a little quick one here. We are now coming right up to that VWAP once again, though, so Tesla could be a trade that we might want to take here as we go, but the one problem is, it's not a problem, it's just time of day. I'm very sensitive right now to the time of the day. We are looking at 11:45 Eastern, and yeah, I mean, I'm not in love with making too many big positions right now at this time of day, so I'm really happy with the NAT that we have on. We're, of course, double long, so we went reloaded on that one, and we just rained down the money. This is one of my top stocks today. If you're looking to trade every style and you want to play with us, I mean, I've been trading NAT today, Disney, CCL, Beyond, Macy's, Tesla, Square, Smile Direct, so you got them all, and we've got winners on all of them. The only stock that we've lost today was SDC, so Smile Direct, and small on CCL as well. I wish we had that CCL trade actually to the short side. CCL might be a good name to look at here. 1403, yeah, bouncing. Again, everything's right on VWAP right now, so this would be a great time. 1405 maybe on CCL. A good little look on this one, guys.
Yeah, and I'm just going to quickly go. I saw someone maybe asking about Zoom, and I feel like, you know, every day there's something that maybe we miss out on that was good the day before, and Zoom was one of my better trades on the session. I didn't necessarily have a setup for Zoom today, but you are seeing some strength return to this stock. I would watch out for the 165 to 166 range if it does try to get up there. There's been a lot of selling in Zoom. I think if it gets up to that point, I think you're going to see some resistance. You saw it in the morning. You'll probably see it again. At that point, you're looking for it to fail, then jump into that short. But we've been talking about it. Now we're ready for our guest today. Let's go to Brendan at the desk.
Hey guys, yeah, really happy to have Jay Hatfield with us today, founder, CEO, and portfolio manager at Infrastructure Capital Advisors. Check them out on their website, infracapfunds.com. We're going to talk a little bit about the energy markets. We're going to talk a little bit about the real estate markets when it comes to the REIT side of things today. Great to have you on the show, Jay. Welcome in. Lots to get to, obviously, today. I want to start off in the oil sector. Obviously, we saw, a nice move up when it comes to crude early this morning. We've since gone negative negative again, down about 6% on top of another big move down yesterday to start the week. When it comes to these moves that we're continuing to see in oil markets, oil prices specifically, what can we attribute this to? When last we spoke, we mentioned a little bit about USO and some of the components of USO kind of pushing this entire market to the downside. What are your thoughts on that?
Thanks for having me on today, Brendan. Actually, I think it's in terms of trading, obviously your viewers are very focused on trading. Probably the most interesting time maybe ever in the oil markets. And the reason for that is that you have this extreme, it's called contango is the technical term for it. But what that means is that the short end of the futures curve is much lower than further out. And of course, we've never had negative prices on the short contract. So I'm sure a lot of your viewers know USO was really in a contango market is the money destruction machine, because it takes the short end and then of the curve and then rolls it right at the last moment. So when you have extreme contango, and right now we have almost full storage, Cushing is where the contract delivers, probably going to fill it up mid-month. And so you have this very extreme case where the short end, we're almost still on storage, but conversely, and I would look at the August contract, keeping in mind that the contracts are off by 1 month, so August and July, that we believe because of the sensitivity of gasoline prices, the elasticity or sensitivity, that you're going to have a big increase in driving in July as people come out of the shelter orders and they're seeing $1.50 to $2 gasoline. So you have further out strong demand, in the short run full storage, so extreme contango and extreme volatility.
It's an interesting time, obviously, to be paying attention to the oil markets in general. When we see, some of these tankers moving higher, tanker companies, as people, as you mentioned, they're looking for increased capacity, increased storage capacity. How much have you been paying attention to some of these tanker names? I mean, these really kind of fly under the radar for the most part when it comes to the trading world on a daily basis. How much have you been paying attention to some of these tanker companies?
We followed a little bit. Usually what happens in these markets is they become momentum stocks and they get overvalued, so just be aware of that. Some of the natural gas, LNG tanker companies have longer term fundamentals and are actually well contracted, and they've been trading up as well, but they have better long-term fundamentals. I would just be aware, I mean, since you're a day trader, it's not much of an issue, but if we do get to July and August and we're correct that there's going to be this, potential boom in driving, then that might unwind, but between now and mid-May, it's probably good speculation in the long term.
Jay, maybe talk a little bit about some of the challenges that this market has kind of created when it comes to managing a fund, when it comes to managing an energy-specific fund, as you do, when you get these, unprecedented, historic even moves in the price for crude. How are you positioning yourself? I mean, you mentioned a little bit there what you're thinking going forward, but how are you positioning yourself when it comes to these crazy price fluctuations?
Well, fortunately, our ETF that's energy focused is focused on the midstream. And the good thing about the midstream is that it's less directly affected by commodity prices. It's affected by activity. Your colleagues were talking about Oxy. Well, they don't have substantial hedges, so they're really almost a proxy for oil. Whereas the MLPs, midstream companies, they went down as much as energy companies, but their business is less sensitive, not zero sensitive, to oil commodity prices because of the volumes. So what we do is that we operate like a closed-end fund, so we run modest leverage. Of course, we de-lever, and we always focus on the more integrated names, the larger cap names, the investment grade names. That's where the bulk, about 90% of our assets are, and they're full cycle companies. So they're going to come out of this. And in fact, if you want to speculate on a recovery of the global economy, we think that MLPs and midstream companies are a lower risk way relative, not to say they're low risk, but just lower than some of the companies like a Hilton or Marriott or a restaurant company or certainly a cruise line company, in that they still have revenue, they still have cash flow, Kinder Morgan reported they were 8% down on cash flow, whereas, of course, the other more speculative companies have no revenue. So if you are trying to take that bet, if you believe we're going to recover, we're going to come out, and particularly during the summer, not have significant COVID, then we think it's a lower risk way to do that, but it is a volatile asset class.
When it comes to midstream, Jay, maybe take a second for anyone watching who's not familiar with the term. Tell us what defines a midstream energy company.
So that's simply, it's the upstream of the driller, so Oxy is a driller. Midstream moves the oil, natural gas liquids, and natural gas to the downstream, which is the refiners. Or downstream could, I guess, technically also be utilities that or somebody who's shipping LNG. So the midstream is the transporter of energy. And like I said, they're not risk-free. When oil prices and natural gas prices go down, there's less drilling. So there's less volume. So over long periods of time, or even a little bit in the short run, that hurts their cash flow some. But again, I would distinguish that from companies like we mentioned before, like travel companies, or even the upstream, where if they're not well hedged, it's a one-for-one basis. If energy prices go down 50%, their cash flow goes down 50%. It's more like a headwind, but yet the market doesn't treat it like a headwind. They treat it like a disaster. So usually it pays in these extreme downturns. But I would just be aware we have bounced up and bottom.
Another aspect of this outbreak, or negative aspect, I should say, of this outbreak has been obviously the REIT market. A lot of people hearing that term, REIT, or real estate investment trust, for the first time. Malls included in this, office towers included in this. A lot of these companies that are not paying rent at this point, really pressuring the REIT market in general. Give us your thoughts on where we stand at this point, and how, as we start to get back going, as far as the economy goes, these will recover.
Well, so REITs are fundamentally a defensive asset class. So even if in the short run, if they don't have revenue, they do have valuable real estate assets. So we generally do like the REIT sector. The lowest way, risk way to play it is, of course, with preferred stocks. We have 2 ETFs that do that, have substantial REIT exposure. But if you want to get directly involved in the equities, our recommendation is to focus on REITs that are way down, but in our opinion, not out. So if you look at office REITs, for instance, they've been down almost as much as the index. Most large companies are paying their rent. They need to maintain their headquarters, their operations, and they have the financial resources. So if you want to take a lower risk way of betting on a recovery, buy some of those depressed office REITs. Obviously the worst, and we would suggest avoiding this asset class, or just be in and out of it during short covering rallies, would be department store focused mall REITs. Because obviously there's bankruptcies in the sector, and then when the big department stores go out of business, then that hurts the whole mall. So that's kind of the lower and the highest risk, and something to avoid.
And Jay, when it comes to maybe the longer term care facilities, I know there are some REITs that focus on long-term care facilities. What are your thoughts on those at this point?
I think that they're just hard to quantify. They're solid business models. We have an aging population. There's tremendous demand for their product. So the only real issue, but again, it's very difficult to quantify, is their liability. To the extent there's been COVID outbreaks, and is there going to be litigation? And that's always hard to model. So a higher risk way of playing it, but probably good in the long run, because you have fundamentally good real estate and good demand.
When it comes to, let's shift gears here a little bit, Jay, we'll talk a little bit about the mechanics of an ETF. A lot of people watching might be, kind of discovering these as tools for both investing and day trading for the first time. Talk to us a little bit about the construction of an ETF, how they're built, why they're constructed in that way, and just give us a little bit of an understanding about how you go about doing that.
So really, they're just publicly traded mutual funds. And so what's not good about mutual funds and terrible for day traders is that you put an order to sell it and it doesn't get executed till the close. So ETFs trade during the day, and there's authorized participants or market makers who are keeping the NAV close to the value of the underlying securities. And then it's also easy from a manager's perspective, because if we have inflows or outflows, they delivered in kind, so it doesn't cost us any money. So we can focus on the basket and getting the relative weights correct according to our views on the companies. and not have to worry about the inflows and outflows, whereas a mutual fund advisor has to have cash on hand to be able to deal with redemptions, and then if there's cash comes in, have to put it to work. We kind of outsource that to the market makers, so it makes it easier to manage. It's lower trading costs for investors. It's liquid. So obviously there's been a big move to ETFs. We prefer the ETF structure to that group.
One of the biggest hesitations people have, both on the investment side and also on the intraday kind of monitoring side with ETFs typically, is the fee structure when it comes to an investment tool. Maybe talk a little bit about how you come up with the fee structure for an ETF.
So actually, ETFs normally have lower fees on average than mutual funds. And what we do is we have one index fund, PFFR. We have a very low fee for that, lower than the very large index fund, PFF. It's only 43 basis points. And then with our other two active funds, AMCA, the fee is only 10 basis points above the passive fund at 95 basis points. And PFFA is only about 35 basis points over the active fund. So we try to make the fees reasonable. Certainly below 1%. A lot of mutual funds are above 1%. And as I mentioned, the actual cost of the fund, not our fees, but the trading costs can be lower because the market makers are in effect doing the trading for us.
Great stuff, Jay. We appreciate your time today. If anybody wanted more information about your product specifically, why don't you give everyone the website?
Yes, it's infracapfunds.com.
Great
Thanks,
stuff.
Brent, for having us on today.
Yeah, great stuff, Jay. Thanks so much for your time.
Bye-bye.
There we go, guys. A little bit of a look at the ETF world at this point. Great information about the oil markets specifically when it comes to trading, an asset class specifically through an ETF as well from Jay there. Hope you enjoyed that and learned something, because I certainly did. Let's go back to the guys.
Yeah, that's what it's all about here, guys. And we're talking about trading the markets live. We're showing you our ideas and our winning trades and how we learn. And it's a learning experience for everybody. You talked about it there. We're going to continue to bring you fantastic guests on a daily basis so that you guys can expand your horizons in terms of learning. And it's now 12 o'clock. It's going to be the end of the day. I have only a few positions left on here. You got that IBO and that Oxy, both in the money. That 15 level, just keep watching out for it on Occidental. Pfizer, look, it's going to be break even probably on the second half of this trade, even though the first half was a winner. Sean, I know it's been a fantastic day. Why don't you recap what you were working with here?
Yeah, I'm flat. I have nothing. So it's been a monster day. The only loser against SDC here, 637. But Beyond Meat's been monstrous for us today on a couple big trades here. Those are what I'm most proud of. I'm also most proud of the way we traded NAT in here at 8:30. We talked about getting some pre-market trades done. There's a trade here at 8:30, and then again here early at 9:29. Busting this up to 884. We basically got high tick up here on NAT. So that's been a great trade, and then a couple more buys here before dumping it out. And yeah, we've been hammering that. It's been a fantastic day. Let's throw it over to Brendan.
All right, guys, yeah, about that time. Let's jump into earnings right in the middle, thick of things as far as earnings reporting season. So lots more to get to coming up tomorrow.
Attaboy. I know someone that's going to be excited because we'll be talking about Starbucks tomorrow. So Valeria, you'll hear a lot about it. AMD, Spotify should be good. And there's a big one for you. Google, you may have heard of that name. So this is probably the biggest day of the week when it comes to earnings. You see a full board there. Boeing should be absolutely monstrous as well. So let's watch out for all these names, Sean.
Yeah, I'll be here, so you'll be good tomorrow. Boeing, I like Spotify there as well. I think we saw and a few other names. Alphabet, a little pricey, 1,300, but we'll wait to see what that does. But yeah, no, look, it's been an absolutely fantastic day. Valeria, what kind of a day is it today? You guys aren't ready? Okay, well, that's good. All right, we are getting ready to wrap it up, guys. 12:02. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Today, we'll be back tomorrow with some decent earnings. Okay, they are ready now. Let's go.
Dear viewers, first of all, thank you very much for your support and for trading with us today. We're live every day from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to our channel and you will receive notifications when we are back on air. And also, we almost reached 10,000 subscribers. We are so happy. So join us tomorrow. Maybe we'll be celebrating 10,000 Trading Club. And as usual, I'm saying what national day is today. And today is the National Blueberry Pie Day, guys. Do you like blueberry pies?
I like all pie. Well, most of it. I mean, blueberry pie is absolutely fantastic. As always, I like to ask have you had any blueberry pie? Have you ever had it before, Valeria?
Yeah, I did. I love blueberry pies.
I know
She loves blueberry pie.
I know who doesn't eat pie. Brendan, do you actually dip in every now and then?
Absolutely.
Okay, there you go.
Don't trust anyone that doesn't like pie, guys. That's just a rule to live by, I think, as a blanket statement, especially blueberry pie. Absolutely.
I'm with you on that one. Certainly, I wish we could have some. For dessert today, I don't know that we are. I'm not even sure what is on tap for lunch. We're taken care of pretty well. I'll probably dip into some of that awesome fruit salad that Sean managed to get in during the show. So multitasking galore. I forget the term he used. It was octopus hands or whatever.
Someone said octopus multitasking. Look, I'm going to keep that as a thing we do every day around 11 o'clock-ish. We'll be doing the fruit salad hour from 11 till 12. So join me tomorrow. If you guys want to pick up some fruit salad of your own, do that. I'll be having it daily. We like that. Give us a little bit of energy. But look, the day's almost over, Deal. Why don't you wrap this baby?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a fantastic Tuesday. Be even better. You saw that earnings board. It's going to be fantastic. We're locked and loaded, ready to go every single day here at 9 o'clock for the entire team here. Down the line, Valeria doing a fantastic job on the chat as always. And of course, you've got John Katina doing our social distancing. He's there in the corner. And Brendan Wickens, Mr. Professional at the desk. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is tradertv.live, and we will see you tomorrow.
See ya.